Live. So now we're just waiting on chat. Yes, Pete, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stream. Cool.
Oh, chat.
I can't say I like the new Twitch creator setup these days, like how they do it. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't even go. Oh my! Thanks so much, Max, for following us.
You're welcome.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah. It's not a dead giveaway, is it?
No, not really. Right. 2 seconds.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
just check to make sure.
Yeah, chat. I'm gonna give you a little bit of extra time because we did a fake out on you. I hit live and then immediately hit end. So I don't even know if that was long enough for people to get the alert, which is good if not, because that means they're about to get it now. In fact,
I hope so.
Yeah, I haven't got the alert yet. So chat,
It's
you're
weird. Sometimes it can say like I get it in seconds, and sometimes I get it
Hello,
like
Brent.
3 minutes.
Wait, no.
It makes no sense. I don't know how they do it. Or
No.
I don't even seem to get notifications come through on my phone anymore.
That's crazy.
Apart from a few
Wait,
people,
no.
which is really strange.
It's very, very strange, as they
Yes.
say. Yes. Chat, it's gonna be a good show, I promise. I am.
I can hear Cardi coming through okay through a phone speaker, so yeah, that's usually a good sign, I guess.
Okay. Do you need Max to talk?
Yes, please.
Oh, Max, we talk.
How are you? I'm here being interviewed by these lovely people.
You don't know if we're lovely yet.
We're
We
good.
might
I
be
think we're
awful.
good. I'll do test recordings and all that in a minute. So.
Whoop whoop.
Hello, Nana.
Hello,
It
Nana.
says hello. Welcome, Max.
Hello.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh yeah, I
Chat.
forgot you've got the chat open as well.
Yeah, I've
so
got
you
the
can
chat
see.
open as well.
I hope
Yeah,
I hope they turn
second.
out tonight. Sometimes
I
we
hope
can
so.
have like
A few.
dozens of people in there, and then sometimes we just got our two chads, which is Brent and Nana, who are in here
Or two
currently.
mods.
Oh.
Yes, there are two mods.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's all right
Yeah.
because we're still going out across the world, across the universe.
Yeah.
We'll be out this
Usually
week, so.
we'll go out tomorrow morning on the audio feeds and
Right.
YouTube as well. So, once I do that, I will give you a tag again. So, and then, yeah.
Yeah, Pete handles all the actual work.
Yeah. Well,
I sit and drink.
Kylie does the important things of introducing and drinking, because we know what the
Oh,
priorities are.
That sounds
right.
like a good explanation.
Tough work, tough work.
Well, it's what I affectionately say that Kylie's the talent, so I've got to keep her under, keep her happy.
That's right.
I'm like her agent.
Yes, I'll start trashing my trailer. So...
I will be in my trailer for the next 5 hours in makeup.
Oh gosh, yeah, it about takes that long for this pancake. What? Oh, did I finally get? Nope, that's my eBay order.
Oh, for goodness sakes, what are you ordering now?
I'm looking at getting some CrossFit shoes. But...
That's not as radical as usual for you.
I know.
That's a rare That's a rare,
true.
unusual,
Practical.
like, normal one. Practical, actually, yeah.
Chat. Well, I think that chat will. I'm gonna give them 2 minutes now, but I think they'll filter in as we go on.
Yeah. Can you let us know if we're coming through okay or
Chat,
stream's
yes.
all right? Because it looks like the bit rate's going down a bit. So.
Oh yes, definitely let me know. I'll tell you this
Yeah, I'm
much.
keeping an eye on it. It's not okay at the moment, but it had a bit of a dip at the beginning.
So people know I've got like an 18-year-old intern. That's not an intern anymore. They're like an actual employee. And they put what is it? StarCraft something.
Oh wow. StarCraft 2 or
something. Some big No, it's an MMORPG something with star in the name.
You don't mean Starfield that comes out in...
No.
No, if it was Starfield, we wouldn't have Kylie here right now.
I wouldn't be here. No, this is some MMORPG, which I'm not a big fan of. But
Brent says looks fine, but Mags might be a little low on volume.
Yeah, okay. I was worried he was a bit low when we started.
I don't know whether you can push me up because I'm literally to my maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and do it on the OBS side, Kylie.
I will try, but Pete, that's going to take you up as well.
I can put my gain down anyway, so.
Okay.
Compensate.
How do I sound?
There you go.
You're
How
sounding
about
like you're
that,
coming through a
chat?
bit better for me.
I kicked it up a notch.
Okay.
you
What about myself? My
Yeah,
my level.
you're more than fine. I think you've got a lot of leeway, Pete.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
definitely let us know, chat. We're gonna get started here very quickly, very soon.
Oh, good. Bit rate's gone back up, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So what I was saying was that it bogged down my computer. I don't know whatever MMORPG is out that's got star in the name, and it isn't Starfield
Or StarCraft.
or
have
Starcraft.
no idea.
I don't either. I can't remember. Watch me be
That's
totally
good.
wrong, and it's just Final Fantasy. It might actually be.
Yeah, watch it be a Realm Reborn. Oh, Star Ocean, I don't think is an MMO. It's just a
No.
a regular old RPG.
And it's not Star Citizen, because I'd know that.
Oh yeah.
But
That one.
the bottom line being that it bogged down my computer, and I was like, this is not a gaming computer, this is a work computer. The gaming computer's in the other
Oh,
office.
could be Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Do what?
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
No.
SWTOR.
Again, I would have that.
Fair point.
But yes, we have so much to talk about. We are going to get in now.
Starbase.
No,
Honkai Star Rail.
it might be that because it's
It's done by the people who made Genshin Impact.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
that's
it's
it.
me.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, because Brent's just said Honkai
They
Star
got
Rail.
it.
I'd completely forgotten that had come out.
Yeah.
So did I, despite getting like several adverts for it on a daily.
Well, it's now on my computer, guys. It's taking up room.
Well, let me know how it is if you ever play.
I don't do MMORPGs.
Neither do I. That's why I want to know.
I play by myself. I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf.
I mean, it's probably good that Starfield isn't an MMO then.
I cannot wait. Oh gosh, and we're about to talk about my obsessive lone wolf game, but that will come later. Okay.
Hang on, let me just do some tests. Quick, 1 sec.
All right, then we'll get started. But this is good.
Yeah,
this is
means
good
you can
because.
talk Oppenheimer for a minute then.
Oh, do you not want to
Before
do that?
the actual show.
Do you not want to do that on the recording?
No. We can do that later.
Okay. Later on Rapid Reviews After Dark. But no, I did. I went and saw Oppenheimer, and first and foremost, it's good. It's a good movie. Like Nolan, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Nolan. He's very formulaic, and all those Nolan formulas are there. But this is his great. Like for me, this was good. This was good.
I've honestly never gotten that whole sentiment now, especially in the last couple of years, that Nolan's a bit overrated and a bit.
Oh, I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated, but he is formulaic. In that his abstract, he does his abstract shots. He telegraphs, but he telegraphs it very artistically, like who's the villain, who's the hero.
I guess so, but that's what I like about it. It's
and he
a real
uses sound.
filmmaker. So.
Yeah, and he uses sound in a way that not a lot of directors nowadays use.
Yeah. Also,
which I think is
very
amazing.
interestingly enough, I didn't know about this before going into the movie, that apparently everything that was in black and white in the movie was actually what happened, and everything that's in colour is subjective.
I thought there was some kind of delineation between those two.
Yeah, because not everyone will know that there are shots in black and white in that
Oh,
film,
whoops,
which is
spoilers.
really strange.
Yeah. And to be fair, everyone wants to know, and believe me, there really isn't any spoilers, guys. This is all real stuff that happened. He does handle the test site. He handles it really well. Like he took a different direction. It's still the direction I kind of predicted, but it's still done well. There's a payoff. Put it that way. No, my only issue with Oppenheimer is with the human Oppenheimer, just the person. But Cillian Murphy's amazing.
I think that's why I came away from it sort of like, ooh, okay. Yeah, because the whole thing was depressing in subject matter, but it's also like,
well, I mean, the thing
really
is,
that good of a person?
See, and that's the thing. It depends on your, view of life, where you stand on the morality circle. And his personal life is a little too immoral for me to take him seriously.
I was going to say, it's like, I know I'm going to go away from
That's fine.
other films, but the fact that I really like the founder of the film about Ray Kroc and the whole McDonald's story.
Oh, that is a really good film, actually. Yeah.
Really good, but in the same way, I'm going to say he's an absolute piece of shit.
Right.
You kind of adhere with him for a bit, and then you realise he's just terrible.
Yes.
By the end of the film, you're kind of going, I don't like this guy.
That's exactly.
I mean, it's a great performance by Keaton, but you look at him all the time, and you're going, you are a terrible person.
This is the same sense. Again, depending on where you fall in the morality spectrum or whatever.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy is amazing. He is an amazing actor. I still think Robert Downey Jr. really blew everyone out of the water. That's not a joke or a pun. But Cillian Murphy was just top notch.
My message to Kiley straight after the film was, I think Cillian Murphy's getting an Oscar for this movie.
See,
okay.
I want him to, but here's the thing. Napoleon is coming out in November.
Oh, that's more of an Oscar season movie as well.
Well, it's Ridley Scott. If you know Ridley Scott's work, and I do, it's Gladiator.
Overrated in the last 5 years and not made a good film.
Okay, Pete's not entirely wrong. But my favorite villain ever is Commodus on Gladiator. And it's, of course, portrayed by Joaquin, who is amazing. He's Napoleon. And just in the trailer, it looks like Commodus grew up and got very jaded and cynical and became Napoleon. So I am looking forward to this so much. Because Napoleon's another one. He's not a good guy. But the whole movie's about him. So this is going to be fun.
Right, give me a second to just check this test recording.
Okay.
I think that was more than enough material.
I should have known. He lets me go on tangents when he's recording me.
Can I ask then?
Yes.
I've not seen up right. Is this more of a straight-laced film like Dunkirk compared to things like Inception or even... I didn't even bother going to see Tenet because loads of people dissed that, so that was the one film I've not seen of his.
Yeah.
I love Dunkirk. Is this more straight-laced like that? Or...
It is an almost perfect combination because when he explores... I was going to say Cillian Murphy. When he explores Oppenheimer's grief... Or it's not so much grief, but he does explore the grief side of things, and that's interesting. But his more kind of moral ambiguity and arguments within himself, then it goes into abstract dreamland, which we know Nolan's really good at that.
The both worlds.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. There was some really I won't give it away. There's some really interesting shots even at the very beginning of the movie that sort of gives that impression. It's quite interestingly done.
It is.
I would also say, if you really like the actress Florence Pugh, you're definitely going to like this movie.
Yeah. I watched Summer literally like 2 weeks ago, and that film me up.
She's great. She's amazing. And Pete's not wrong. I actually like the okay, here's my thing, and I promise we're gonna go on. We've lost half our chat, and I know it's because I'm talking about movies. I know. I'm sorry. I love talking about movies. But the only thing I would say, they needed the spotlight to be on Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's a very and this is explored in the film. He's a very a martyr type. He doesn't fight. He's very passive, but not weak. He's just he just lives in his own world. And he's stubborn. He wants to do things his way, and he lives in his own world. He doesn't play by anybody else's rules, but not in a kind of feisty kind of way like I would do. But the two women in his life they are amazing, but they can't spend too much time on them because then the film is no longer Oppenheimer.
That's true. And so what I said to Cody in my message was sleeper actress of this entire film was Emily Blunt. She is incredibly good. It's such a subtle performance, but
it is really,
really well done. I was blown away by RDJ as well, but I was surprised by Matt Damon actually.
He did really well. The last few things I've seen him in, he's kind of phoned it in.
So the last two films that I have seen him in, and it just so happens the last couple of days I've watched him in two films. It was Air and Oppenheimer. and
Oh,
Air is
nice.
surprisingly very good.
I haven't seen that one. Yeah, I
It's
haven't seen that one.
on Prime, so you can just go and
Oh,
watch it.
okay. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
bad. It's not bad. Oh,
Interesting.
okay. So Brent said when my dad visited last week, saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, no, Indiana Jones. Didn't like
You
Guardians
didn't.
3, but as much as Indiana Jones.
Oh, interesting.
What? Wait, but on the scale, okay, I haven't seen Indiana Jones, even though Mads Mikkelsen's face was greeting me every time I came out of the theater, a
Mhm.
giant, and I was like,
What you
oh,
mean?
I want to see that.
What
Uh,
you mean? Indiana Jones and the film that lost money for Disney?
Yeah.
yeah. So I haven't seen that, but I did see Guardians of the Galaxy. So when you're saying Indiana Jones is, you liked it more than Guardian of the Galaxy, but are you saying Guardian of the Galaxy was really good and just Indiana Jones was way good? Because I love Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's probably my favorite one. That's probably my favorite Marvel movie in like a long time.
Um, well, that's because Phase 4 and the start of Phase 5 were awful. So you
They
know,
just went.
yeah. I mean, as a Doctor Strange fan, yeah, Doctor Strange got done
Oh
dirty
yeah.
in Phase 4,
I,
really
I think
badly.
so. I really enjoyed Multiverse of Madness because I'm a big Sam Raimi fan. And you
well,
can
see,
his-
that's the saving grace. That's the only thing
Yeah.
that Sam Raimi,
Okay.
just his style and oh, I love him so much.
Yeah,
That rescue, I wish they would have just let him helmed it from the beginning.
yeah, because there was so
yeah.
many touches of his other work and
Mm-hmm.
stuff and horror. And it's funny because I kept saying, technically, that's the first Marvel horror thing that they did before they brought out that short Werewolves by Night film.
Oh,
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night. Yeah.
Everyone was disagreeing, so it's not a horror film. I was like,
Oh, it is a horror
sorry,
film. Oh
if
yeah.
you've got a certain character with blood pouring down the face,
Yeah, it's got
through doors, chasing
it's
after
got a
him.
lot of horror
Exactly.
elements. It's got a lot of Raimi in, like certain
Yeah.
parts
I
of
know.
Raimi in
I
that
just love
particular
him.
DNA, but it's just for me, Marvel sort of is very formulaic these days. That certain
Yeah.
parts of the movie aren't even shot by Raimi or even a director.
See that?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
just
the
by committee.
yeah, that's the problem.
So
But
yeah,
hopefully they'll take a
yeah.
nice
So
break. But
sorry, Brent put Guardians 3 was fine, but I prefer first two. Indiana Jones was better than I expected, however.
Okay, interesting.
well, that's good. That's good.
Have you noticed this thing with films these days? It's like, what aboutism? It's like, yeah, this film was better than this one. It was like, can we just judge movies on their own merit?
Well, yes and no. I mean, opinions. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I mean,
Welcome to Film
so
Talk.
so the idea of it is like, oh yeah, just because that some people obviously don't like Dial of Destiny, and I haven't seen it, and I'm kind of not going to see it until it comes to Disney Plus anyway.
Yeah. I
It's
love
like, oh,
indie,
because this is bad, like it makes Crystal Skull better. No, Crystal Skull is still terrible.
I've never seen. I just can't bring myself to. Indy
No.
was a childhood hero. I can't do
Yeah,
it.
me too. And I
Yeah.
went to go and see it in cinema. It got to the fridge scene, and I walked out of the cinema and noped out. I was like, I'm done.
What about you, Max? Did you watch it?
I've watched Crystal Skull. It was all right, and that's me being polite.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Nanas, but yeah, unless James Gunn manages to pull off a few good DC movies, I think Marvel ain't going to have competition for a while. I think Marvel are their own competition that's going badly against itself.
The thing is, James Gunn's done some great films.
Mm-hmm.
He has.
And he's also done some great films that have been totally overlooked because
Yes.
The Suicide Squad was
Yeah.
one of my favourite films of
Yes.
2 years ago.
It's
Yeah.
not bad, yeah.
Nobody went to watch it.
Yeah.
I did.
Tanked. Absolutely tanked.
But I don't know
But-
what.
Brilliant.
It was a great film. It was very James Gunn. I just love him so much.
Yeah. I have to say I prefer his earlier work. So Sliver is amazing.
Oh well, yeah. I was gonna say that's family friendly. I guess you could call him.
Well, that's pre Guardians when he was still making pedo jokes on the internet.
Well, yes.
What was the other one that he had where it's the kid where you think it's Superman? What was that called? And then he turns out he's evil and he starts murdering everyone. I
Yeah.
actually like that.
Oh,
Yes,
that,
yes,
that was
yes.
a superhero movie, yeah, and I can't remember what it was called.
Blackburn? Was it or something like that? Someone could probably tell me.
It was something burn. It was something burn.
Yeah,
That's
Brightburn.
it. That's it. That's it.
Oh
that's
yes,
it.
of
Yeah, I
course,
thought
of
that was
course.
good because it was
Oh, so
totally
good.
unexpected.
Yeah, it flips it.
Yeah,
Subverts
it was
it.
around
That's
about
the word.
it
Subvert.
was around about that time when you had quite a few superhero movies that weren't obviously Marvel or DC, because you had that one where you had three superheroes and one of them goes evil. and I can't remember what the name of that film
Oh,
was.
yeah, and it was all like found footage.
Yes, that's the one.
That's
What
really
is that?
My
Yeah.
life. What is that? And it's what's the
I was gonna
actor's
say,
name?
who
The one
did
that
it?
goes evil. Danan, or whatever his name is.
Mm.
I'll have to look into it. That sounds like something
That's,
up my alley.
that's actually a very good film. Three lads go caving, come out, realise they've gained powers because they've touched this rock that's thing, and then they
Chronicle.
Right. What is it?
Chronicle.
Chronicle?
Yeah.
Huh.
Weirdly enough, right, because I'm just looking at it now, it was directed by Josh Trank, who,
Who did what?
if you don't know the name, went on to go and make Fan 4 Stick.
What is that? What?
Fantastic Four reboot.
Oh.
Yeah, it's affectionately known as Fan 4 Stick
Oh,
now because of the way the
goodness.
logo looked.
Oh, goodness.
God,
goodness,
anyway,
goodness.
should we get this show?
Yeah, because we've turned into the film talk, which I keep referencing that,
games.
but
Talk about games.
we got
again.
Yes, we
games
shall.
to talk about.
Okay, right, so let me count.
Wait,
I'll start the recording. Yeah, 169.
169. Okay.
Right. Okay, so I'm recording. So let me count you into 3, 2.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews, episode 169. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde. I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett.
Hello.
And a special guest today, Mags.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you already. It's going to be a great show. We're going to pick his brain to death. Mags is a content creator, but we'll share all of his connecciones at the end of the show. But you're going to enjoy this. So sit back, relax, and enjoy whatever tangents I go on. And
Okay, cool.
whatever as this wine kicks in. But I haven't had wine in 2 weeks because we didn't do a show last week. So I didn't drink last week. So that's all I have to do is not do a show and I'll be sober. But I like to start off every week, as our listeners and our watchers know, our beloved listeners and watchers, checking in on everyone and seeing how their week's been. And Mag, since you're our special guest, I'll start with you. How's your week been?
Good. Chaotic, but good.
That's always good.
What can I say? It feels weird because it feels like there's no context to what I'm going to say, but that'll all come later, obviously, during the interview. But done quite a few good streams. We do a talk show every Tuesday night. We had a YouTuber and Twitch partner called Game Mistress.
Ooh, nice.
As a guest. Great guest to have.
Oh.
It's her last kind of interview we were doing before she moved from Sweden to Norway.
Oh,
nice.
right. Wow.
That was really quite a beautiful moment. I've been crazy busy sorting out stuff for the event that we will talk about. And then I've been bombing around sorting stuff out. I think my only sort of downside to the week was I was really looking forward to playing a game that came out on Tuesday called My Friendly Neighborhood.
Right.
Which is a horror game if you had the
is.
Muppets in it.
Oh, no.
It's not actually Muppets, but it's a proper game where you go into a TV studio where they used to film a TV kid show.
Like Freddy Fazbear type
It's
stuff?
kind of like, imagine Resident Evil 4 mixed with a bit of BioShock mixed with Five Nights at Freddy's. Because there's the element of having a case and having to put the weapons in.
Oh, I
Not
like
all
this.
The enemies are puppets and they've come to life, but they look like Muppets because they arms.
Oh, that's awesome!
Like a big bird kind of character.
Yes.
And we talked about it on the show last Tuesday,
awesome.
and I was looking forward to play it on Thursday. And yet my copy still hasn't arrived.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when that happens.
So we ended up doing something completely different. So I tend to play a lot of all the new stuff that lands as it happens.
Oh,
so I'm a bit
that's
gutted.
good.
So I really want to play it, but whether I'll get to play it this coming week, I have no idea.
Oh my
Apart from that,
gosh.
my week's been pretty damn good.
Well, that's good to hear.
Well, fingers crossed your copy comes soon enough so you can play it on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that feeling when you're expecting it and it just doesn't show up and it's like, yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah. It happened, do you know what? It doesn't happen often, but the last time it happened was when Resident Evil 4 came out, and they'd sent me a promotional copy,
Oh,
so I could literally do it either the day before or the day of
right.
or release.
Right.
Yeah, and it turned up 4 days after release.
Oh, that's
So I literally
wonderful.
because I plan my streams out nearly over a month or 2 months in
You have
advance.
to. Mhm.
What's
Yeah.
going out. And that's completely rejig everything. I was like, well, okay.
Ah.
We still did it. We did a couple of streams of it. And we probably enjoyed it, but it happens sometimes. So it's like, it's
Yeah.
what it is.
I mean, guess if you have a backup, then you can really sort of help sort of change that really if something does happen. So, but yeah.
Absolutely. Pete, what about you? How has your week been?
Well, been on the old come down from holiday blues sort of thing. You
Yes.
know. Was away for a week. It was lovely. It was relaxing, and everything I kind of wanted from it, apart from I got no tan. You can see I'm still pasty white British.
Oh,
you know.
well.
It's fine. It was the only reason it was there was just to recharge the batteries after hecticness of the last few months. So it was just just nice, So yeah, other than that, I've been chilling and playing an old game for a while.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga because after our a stream a couple of weeks ago, we had a Mike Tendo on. I've managed to acquire a family plan subscription with him.
That's right.
So I've been playing it via the NSO service.
Yeah, purely coincidence that happened.
Well, it kind of helped whilst I was on holiday because I get to play it.
Oh gosh.
The emulation is utterly fantastic on the NSO service, which is great. So there's no. I've had issues with NSO quite a lot over the years. Where
yes, you have.
As someone who's played a lot of Mario World over the years, and it's my game that I play every year. There's a few frames of delay on there that didn't really particularly help when playing it. So this one is they seem to have tightened it up, which is really nice.
That is good.
That game still rules. It's so good. The humor on it is like brilliant as well. I'm about 3-4 hours in, and yeah, it's still like I know the game like the back of my hand, but it still makes me laugh every single time with some of the really stupid dialogue. Like, so for instance, like you'll get to a point where it's still kind of the tutorial area. You're flying over to the Beaming Kingdom, and everyone doesn't know who Luigi is.
Oh,
and
so
like Mr. Louis, or who are you? You know, sort of thing. It's I know it's some serious slander against Luigi. Which
dear.
You know, which is kind of sad, but it is really funny though. It just makes me sad that Alpha Dream are gone now.
Did they get bought over, or they
No, they went out of business.
Oh, just out of business.
Yeah, they went out of business. So.
It's the way of the game.
Yeah, which is a shame. Which is a big shame. So yes,
it's true. So my week, besides work, has been hectic and all that kind of stuff. And my wonderful gym time. But I've been playing obsessively still the same game I've been playing for 2 weeks, which is Minecraft on iPad. And that's like, you'd think, wow, Kylie, you'd think you'd get bored of that after a while. You'd think that, but I haven't. And the thing is, I haven't even bought any mods or anything out of the marketplace. This is pure just a vanilla game. And yes, I have to admit, I do switch between creative mode and survival. But that's just because I'm building a big, beautiful city. It's beautiful. And I'm building it brick by brick. And who knew building bridges and roads would give me so much serotonins? And it has.
Yeah. That picture you posted in the Discord, in the Rap Reviews podcast Discord was just crazy. I was blown away, but I was like,
it's way more elaborate now. I built a gigantic mansion with a fountain in front of it. And I'm trying to connect the next 4 towns with the highway system. And I am a nerd, and that's my life. So, but it actually almost made me late today because I found a treasure map, a woodland treasure map, and I found the woodland mansion, which if you know anything about Minecraft, you know what that is. And I just was still exploring it, and I was like, uh-oh, it's 6 o'clock. I have to get ready to go on camera. But I'm still in this mansion. So, but luckily I found a saving point. I saved and I quit. It is calling to me currently, but I will ignore it because we have a fantastic show for you. And this is the point where I flip it on over to Pete, who gives us a little background, and then we just dive right in. And we find out all about Mags. We find all of his secret skeletons in the closet, and we unearth them.
You've got 15 days.
Oh, gosh.
We've got all the time in the world.
I
Trust. Look, I'm more than happy to put out a 15-day podcast. I'm just not sure my work will be happy with me not showing up.
But Pete, I'm gonna toss it over to you. If you want to give us a little bit of background, how you met Mags, because that's a super secret story.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue on. Pete, yes, continue.
Yes. So kept this one particularly quiet for a long while because we've been waiting for this for about a month now, hasn't it? Because your schedule is very, very much on the packed side at the moment.
Yeah, just a bit.
So we met at Format, which was an event in Manchester at the end of May, and he was holding a booth there where he was promoting a particular event we'll talk about later. We got chatting. I found it very, very interesting. We had a really good chat for about 20 minutes, and just thought, let's invite you on. We can help you promote yourself.
Yeah, we can help you promote.
Well, you can help us too, a bit mutual, talk about your streams and all that, everything that you do, and the event that, we're going to cover later.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw it over to Mag. So, do you want to talk about your streams to start?
Okay, yeah. So those who don't know me, I am Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, or Mags for short. And I've been, I'm a Twitch streamer and have been since October of 2020. I am pretty much full-time doing this now as of start of this year. And I basically cover everything that's new that's out. I love my retro gaming, but I am a big fan of everything that's new. I do a show on a Tuesday night called Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, where we have different guests, whether it be journalists, game devs, other streamers, YouTubers, and we discuss everything that's come out in the last 7 days.
Nice.
And all the new games, whether it be indie, new retro games, new AAA games, and everything that's going on in the gaming news world. So that's like the kind of the forefront thing, is Tuesdays are main bit. And then the rest of the streams, the Mondays and the Thursdays and the Fridays, are any new games that we've talked about on that show or that have just come out and we'll talk about on the next show. So, obviously things like when the new Zelda came out, Resident Evil 4, Dead Space Remake. We had that Aliens game that came out last month.
Dark Descent.
Yeah, Dark Descent, which I thought was great and again very underrated. So if you haven't checked it out, please do, because it's brilliant. We had the new Crash Team Rumble, which was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. That was great fun. And we had the new catalogue of Sonic games, Sonic Origins Plus, and then played all them and went through literally all the 4 games and then played some of the Game Gear games. So
nice. Yes.
So, whatever's out, we try and cover. We don't get to cover everything. As I said, sometimes I get sent a lot of games to me, which is a nice position to be in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I can get games on a big discount. But sometimes some fall through the wayside. Like I nearly didn't get Street Fighter 6, but then they said, "But we'll send it to you on PlayStation." So I did get it on PlayStation. I did that.
Very good. That's excellent.
If only I knew that
deal that they were people on PlayStation. I don't know what the deal was. And then Wednesday nights is Guildfly, because Guildfly's from my community. Hello, mate.
Yeah.
Is a community night, and we will basically play anything that is cross-platform and doesn't cost you anything to play.
Oh, that's so good.
So cool.
Rocket League, Among Us, Fall Guys. We'll find like a really random one. We're doing Dead by Daylight on Wednesday because they brought Nicolas Cage into it.
Oh my gosh, yes, I forgot about that.
Like, that makes sense to do that again. We've got things like Chatbox. All that sort of stuff. So Wednesday night, we just bring everyone together, and even people who are not part of the community can just turn up and have a few games.
Nice,
just go for it.
Yeah, if you're interested in some Dead by Daylight, like get in touch with a couple of friends from the Rapid Reviews Discord.
We have
Chloe 047, she's a streamer as well who plays a lot of Dead by Daylight with MSB Life.
Yeah, it's a little Rapid Reviews.
They're great. So they play a lot of the game. So it'll be interesting to see if you can get in touch with them or get in get in a game with them actually.
But
Okay.
I absolutely love the just that community idea. That is wonderful. Yeah, because we did find early days we did used to do a lot more live plays or let's plays, sorry. And that was our thing, was finding cross platform, because you know the whole rapid reviews family, they're all on different platforms. And yeah, Xbox is superior, but you know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Plus
Well,
it-
you know what? I don't mind, because I used to be massive Xbox fan, right?
Uh-huh,
And always slagging off PlayStation. Until 2 years ago, someone was like, "I'm fed up with you being on your talk show and slagging off PlayStation." And they said, "If I get you a PlayStation, will you shut the hell up?" And I ended up with a brand spanking new PlayStation 5.
Okay,
and
you
now
can't.
I can't comment.
Yep.
So I've got
Yep.
PS5, an Xbox Series X, a Nintendo Switch, and I stream PC games. But it's perfect, because as the channel's evolved,
Yes.
it means I can be fair on everything. The only
think
thing I will
that's-
never be fair on is Stadia, because it sucked in the beginning and it deserved to burn in hell. Just saying.
the owner of the site will not like that. He was a big fan of Stadia. He was a founder
Yeah,
as well, so
yeah.
fair
It's
enough.
probably the only one then. So there you go.
Yeah, one of two, I think. But I did slander Stadia quite a lot on this show, to be fair. So we're in good company.
Look, I mean, why would anyone stick up for that? That was like the worst idea that Google ever come out with. So you know.
It could have been a great idea had they not charged for games. If it was just a set subscription fee, it could have worked.
It was. That's
And
not.
the
That
fact
wasn't
that
the problem,
it
though.
owned the games in the first part, and the fact that the cloud thing wasn't laggy as hell, because I know a lot of streamers
Yeah.
like to use that, streaming, and the game's going.
It was. That was the key right there. Was the lagginess.
Yeah, it didn't really help on that.
Oh gosh, that's too funny.
So anyway, what was it that made you want to turn this into a full-time thing?
So a little bit of backstory for me. I've been in the audiovisual business for well over 20 years, and had a company for many years, doing gigs, concerts, conferences, blah blah blah. Obviously, when COVID hit, it completely decimated the events industry. And I had a firm that had like 18 people in, basically turned into nothing overnight.
Yeah. Very similar to my experience.
To stop myself from going insane, because what annoyed me is, I don't want to get too political about the whole thing, but it annoyed me that we got to the summer of 2020 and our government was going, everything's coming back, everything's open, blah blah blah, and events industry is it? Because nothing's happening here.
Yeah.
And nothing really happened until the start of last year. So we had to wait nearly 2 whole years before anything started. And I thought, well, I'm going to go insane here. And I always fancied myself as doing, well, not so much YouTube, but I wanted to play games. And being an Xbox fan, it was like, oh, Mixer seems like a good thing. Until I shut Mixer down. So and I'd watch some people, because I'm a big Sea of Thieves fan.
Nice.
And I watched quite a few people on Twitch doing Sea of Thieves, because you get the Twitch drops, etc. So, you know what? I'll give it a whirl. And starting of October 2020 was when I did my first couple of streams. Literally took it over my living room over, had cables running through to the kitchen to get the internet connection, which used TV. Didn't have a proper mic, didn't have all this, and just randomly did stuff. And then within a couple of weeks, got raided by a couple of Irish streamers. Who I'm still to this day friends with, and are coming to the event that we're going to talk about later.
Amazing.
Oh my
I
gosh!
get to meet him after all these years, and it just built up my following. And literally, within 6 weeks, became an affiliate, and got my first paycheck like by November of 2020.
Oh, that's great.
And then it just kind of went from there. Yes, it was certainly a thing, Mixer. I agree. I never did that.
Well, you definitely tell you're a streamer, because you're keeping an eye on the chat.
Yeah, you can tell. I'm just second.
Yeah.
And I kind of just went from there, and then kept going, and I was doing 7 days a week. It was mad, because obviously with COVID going on, I was doing up to 14 streams a week.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
But it kept me sane. Hello, Dan. By the way, another one of my lovely lot. Hello, Dan.
Oh, hello.
And then kind of last year, middle of last year, was introduced to Amy, who's currently my show producer, and also my partner in crime for this thing that we'll talk about later on.
Excellent.
And she used to be a Twitch partner.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
And she's hit all the dizzy heights of everything, and blah blah blah. And she's one of these people that's like been there, done that, got the t-shirt, want the next challenge.
Nice.
And bearing in mind she's only about 19, right? But the story is the day that I started streaming was the day that she announced she was quitting Twitch.
Oh wow.
And at the time, apparently, she was one of the highest earning youngest streamers in the UK.
Right.
So she's been there. So we started talking, and then she was like, "Well, look, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I think you've got a lot of potential. Let me come in and work with you, and we'll shape things up." So immediately she went, 14 streams. Are you mad? Cut it down.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Yeah.
And then we reshaped the channel, reshaped certain things. The talk show was always a thing I did literally from the start.
That's
So
excellent.
we just kind of rejigged a bit of that. She was like, "That's your baby. I'm not going to mess with that." But then it was like we tried different things. And then she said, "I think you need to start focusing on all the new stuff because it sits alongside your main Tuesday show." And that's kind of went from there. And I've been working with Amy for over a year now. So she's technically my management. And then once COVID had gone away and we started doing events, my love for doing events was nowhere near as much as my love for doing Twitch and streaming.
Yeah.
And I boldly, in October of 2021, when I went to EGX and I had a load of people turn up to see, I wasn't a guest at the event. I just got a 4-day pass, got a press pass, said I'd cover it, and said to a few people, "I'm turning up. If you want to meet up, have a beer.
Yeah.
Come and meet me." And I had about 15, 20 people turn up, which is quite
So
bizarre.
good.
And then
It's so good though.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things you see along the top there, they bought me as presents.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Which was cool. So we did a live stream from there. And then I announced, this time next year, which would have been October 2022, I want to do this full time. Well, it didn't quite go that way. But by January of this year, I could say, right, my love for the business is gone. We closed the business down, sold off all the assets, blah, blah, blah. And I went, I'm going full time in January. And I'm glad I did, because it's kind of, everyone said that this year seems to be the pinnacle thing for me, because one, I've started to be invited to more and more events. So obviously you saw me at Format, Pete.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was invited to an event called OLL 23 in Norfolk, where not only was I actually a guest on the main stage doing crazy challenges and things on the Saturday and Sunday, but
awesome.
I had a stand selling merch, and for the first time ever, people were asking me for autographs, which to this day still seems weird.
That's
but people
awesome.
came for autographs and wanting selfies. That then ended up in Retro Gamer magazine. So there's a big picture of me in Retro Gamer magazine.
That's so
we ended up in Pixel Addict magazine, and then everything started spiraling. And again with sponsors, I had like a couple of sponsors here and there. And this year I've had 10 sponsors, and we're not like, that's nearly more than one a month.
That's amazing.
Right. So literally just doing this full on and doing what I'm doing, and at the same time being invited to other events, because I've been invited to WASD versus IGN in London in September.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I was invited to that a couple of months ago. It looks like I'm going to be at EGX again. And some of these are not even a guest on stage. They just say, "We would like you there to cover it."
That's so cool.
Cool. But it's cool, and I love it. But OLL for me was the pinnacle thing, where I thought they were just saying, "Oh, come along and have a free ticket." But I'm like, "No, we want you to be on stage," because they did a Games Master thing, and they had Dominic Diamond doing live commentary from Canada.
That's so cool.
Whoa.
So we did a thing for that. So I was on stage for 2.5 hours for that, and then I was on a quiz thing on a Saturday night. And there's all these other streamers and other people and YouTubers way bigger than me. But I'm sharing the stage with them, and it was so cool. And this year's the year where it'll be my third anniversary in October, and it's all just going like that now.
That is amazing. That is amazing. That is literally the dream.
It's like a dream come true now, but I still feel like, why me? Like I'm just this guy.
Oh no!
Tuesday night, and that's it. But there's that element of like, and then there's other things that come from it, which is cool.
That's the thing, it's right time, right place, I guess, with COVID and all that. It's sort of just fueled the want to do it, and it's just led from there. I mean, having Amy around obviously probably helps with that she's got a huge amount of experience with Twitch. Yeah, she's got a huge amount of experience, huge amount of contacts, and basically also keeps me quite grounded when things go a bit like insane and we're going, what's going on? It's just like, been there, done that, blah blah blah.
And she was like,
Yeah.
she's cool. And technically, she's more than my producer. She's a very good friend. But she's
Yeah.
technically my manager, really. And we started making a joke that she's going to get a promotion on my 3rd anniversary. We're going to change from producer Amy to manager Amy. That there is that as well, which is quite cool. But yeah,
That is very
without her,
cool.
she's been a big chunk, especially the last year. Help, everything seems to be going in that right direction.
That is that's my favorite trope is small time streamer to on stage. I love that.
I'm streamer though. That's the thing. I am still a very small time streamer. I'm quite humble about that. I'm just very grateful for the opportunities that I've had so far and what it's going to. So yeah.
Well, I mean, and that I would like to get your take on that. Like, I do watch a lot of small to medium streamers, and usually once they get past medium, I kind of find a new one to replace them. Which just sounds terrible, but I mean, you know, the community gets really big and you can't find yourself in it. Is really what it is.
I understand that. I don't know how these people have like 4,000 people in the chat and can do what they do. But they're trying to put that, or you get the ones where there's a couple of thousand in chat and they just ignore it, and that
well, see, Call Me Kevin.
Read what's going on anyway, so.
Well, this show knows that Call Me Kevin is my guy that I have watched from ever, but his Discord now, there's no point. I had to mute everything because there's no point. It's bigger than
like that.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, I do love him. I will always support him. But then I had to, because I want to be part of a community. That's the whole, basis of this. But that's my question to you is, like, to me, like, that's the ultimate is someone asking for your autograph or wanting to take selfies with you. That's like so cool. Weird. So, but I mean, do you think it's important to stay humble and grounded and stuff like that? Or...
Yeah, I think that's the thing. People get carried away. I'm not saying that I'm not going to. I might get carried away. Maybe that's why I've got Amy, because you can go, shut up, behave. That's a good thing. But I think it is because this is something that a lot of people are saying to me. So obviously we had Game Mistress on the show. She's a far bigger name than me, but she was very happy to come and be on our show.
Yeah,
and so,
I love that.
YouTuber. She's from another country. But I met her at OLL. We got on really well. A few messages been back and forth. And so come and do this. And everyone's kind of said, and this is the thing, that I think there's that thing where there's certain streamers or content creators that have a persona on stream.
Yes.
They're completely different people when you meet them.
Yes.
And that can either go in a good way or a bad way. The one thing that everyone says about me, and this isn't me blowing my trumpet, this was literally mentioned last week. They went, you are exactly the same in person as you are on here. So it's kind of like, so if things do really take off, I'd like to think I'm not going to get a huge ego. I mean, I probably will, let's face it, but a huge ego that. But it
takes a little bit of ego to be a streamer, let's be honest.
This is the thing, right? I've always said, look, I am rubbish at games. Like, no one comes to watch me for my gaming ability. No one. They'd be insane too. But I've got the gift of the gab, and I'm good at what I say, and I'm honest, and I'm to the point to say, I've been slagging off Stadia for 2 years. So
there you go.
And even people meeting me. I mean, Pete met me at the show, and you're probably thinking, hang on, he's the same guy that I was talking to on the stand for 20 minutes. The way I
love that.
Yes.
Very animated and that, but that's me.
Yeah, and you love to talk as well. I just asked you one question and you were just gone and gone.
That's what.
Cool. I don't mind that at all. It's
great,
that's
the best. Yeah, no awkward silences.
Yeah, you meet. Of course, you have it where you meet people like, and they're completely different to how you would imagine them. Yeah. But no, you're exactly how you are on this, as you are on stream, as you are in person, and it's refreshing. It really is.
It's nice to see, because there was, I'm not going to mention the person because I don't want to upset them. I don't really know them, but I know of them.
Yes.
That was invited to the same event that Pete and me were at, made a big announcement about that they were there, and then when they met me or met other people, didn't even say who they were, and was completely different, like completely
See,
introvert to how they were.
see,
And
that's
I had to double check
yeah,
to go, oh, that's such and such. Because I
yeah,
didn't want to say that to them because it looked like they were embarrassed to be there. And I'm kind of like,
yes,
that's weird.
yes, because I'm a, okay. So what is it called? Parasocial. Yes, I'm one of those people. I just do. I love YouTubers and streamers. Everyone knows this isn't a secret. We talk about this on the show all the time. Some of those streamers I have met in real life.
Yeah.
They're very nice people. They're very shy. And they're very introverted. And that's okay because that, that's everyone, the world needs all types of people and stuff like that. But when you have a following, and this guy had we're talking, he's medium to he's now a large streamer, but he was medium at the time, and he looked terrified. That's the best way to describe it. He had we were in a meet and greet, and like the line, it was in Dublin, and the line just wrapped around the place to meet him, and he was shell shocked. He was terrified. He was so uncomfortable. I actually felt very, very, very bad for him. Yeah. And I do genuinely feel bad for Pete. I'm ignoring chat, by the way, Pete. That's what's distracting me.
I'm keeping an eye, don't worry.
But it takes all kinds. And,
Dan, I also got the same impression from Max when I first met him as well. There are certain people in the world that you can do that. You talk to them and it's like, yeah, we feel like we've known him for years.
Well, see, that's where I was going with this, is that, and then you do meet the streamers, and yes, Mags is clearly one. Clearly. He's been on the show 51 minutes, and you can tell that they are, what you see is what you get, and you can have a conversation with them, which, again, I am never saying that shy, introverted people shouldn't be streamers or something like that. No, because they're still my favorite streamers. Yeah. But it does, when you pay money to go into a con, and you may not be paying money for the meet and greet. I did not pay for this meet and greet. It was free, which was very kind of him to do. But when they can't even, like, they really should have gave him a break. It's really what I'm saying. They should have let him take a break. Just, he was so overwhelmed, and I felt so bad. Like, my heart just broke for him. But then, you meet people like Mags, and your experience, because you're the I hate to say it, you're the customer, but you are. And you meet someone like Mags or whatever, and you walk away with this very positive, oh my gosh, I'm going to go back to that con. I'm going to watch the streamer forever. I'm going to, support him and give him subs and all kinds of stuff like that. It does. Yeah. Personality does make a difference. I will say that.
I'd like to say this because obviously Dan and Gilfly very kindly coming to watch.
That's very kind of them. Thank y'all for showing up.
And Dan I only met last Christmas. Now Dan was at the event that we did last year that we're going to talk about later.
Yes.
And we didn't know each other. And then we were at another event, which funnily ran their second event yesterday, which was Nottingham Video Games.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And we went to the first one at Christmas. And I was standing talking to a journalist, having a chat. And they were saying, do you think you're going to be running another one of your events, seeing as you're a guest at this one? I said, yeah. And Dan walked past. And Dan said, oh, such and such. I went to that event. And he looked at me and went, oh, you're the guy that was on stage. And I swear, ever since that first week in December, Dan, maybe apart from maybe a handful of streams, has been in every single stream since and been a massive support. And he came to OLL and blah, blah, blah. Gilfly's been brilliant. I think I met Gilfly just after, well, we've never met in person, but we're going to literally in a couple of weeks. Just around about Christmas time as well, but just stumbled into my streams and then has been watching ever since. And it's nice to have... It's very nice to have people that, because at the end of the day, without people like that, I wouldn't do it in the first place.
It is
exactly.
It is 100% the fans. I mean, that is we have to shout out. We have to shout out to all the fans. And then me as a professional fan, I just love streamers. It really does. It just, the community is what really pushes people towards streamers and stuff like that. And
and
go
I
ahead.
think this goes back to your link question. You'll find I'll always.
Yeah, that's all right. Me too.
It's the ones that don't actually get that the ideas above their station or go too far.
Yes.
That don't actually care for the community are the ones that then fall down, even if they are a huge successful streamer. But it's the ones that do care. Now, they might not necessarily be reading chat or anything. I'm not saying that because you don't read chat, you're not.
Right. Yeah, because sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, but there might be things behind the scenes with, like, they do meetups.
Right.
To meet their Discord or whatever. And that's the ones that deserve to be where they want to be. If I can get to that point and still be like that, I'll be a very lucky person. So I'm like, yeah, cool, that'd be nice.
That's awesome. Pete, do you want to delve into the upcoming event, or do you have questions?
I think it's time to we've skirted around the issue enough. Let's talk cons, because obviously you've done a few events yourself. You've been to a few as a guest. First of all, what's been your favourite con that you've been to as a guest so far?
I want to know this.
I think because it was such a weird thing. They've all been really good. They've all been really good. I'm gonna give a shout out. Like, being invited to EGX, which is a big thing in London.
It's big,
and none of that year on year. It'd be nice to be more of a part of that, but that's going to take a while because I'm still such a small thread. But I do love that. Format I think's great. I'm hopefully going to try and get to their Halloween special event. Man who runs it. I think what he does is very unique.
Yeah.
And very awesome. The lads at Nottingham Video Game Expo, even though I couldn't be there yesterday.
Yes.
I'll give Alan James a shout out.
They're well known. Yes.
Yeah, they do a great event. I heard it went swimmingly well yesterday. I know they've got plans for another. So I really enjoyed my 2 days there at Christmas. But it is, for me, it has to be OLL so far.
Of course.
I think the fact that, one, it's such a well-run event for the 2 days. I was like next to... I had the likes of Ashens next to me.
Oh my gosh, really?
Whoa.
Amazing guy, right? And
he had
down the block to speak to him. And there's little old
But
then you had people like Kim Justice, who I'd met before.
Yeah.
Got on with Kim. And Retro Gaming Revival lads who I got on, and James and Al were there. And I got to know other people. And it's kind of that thing. And that's where I met Games Mistress. And so that relationship's going really well.
Yeah.
Made friends. And it's just kind of, to me, that was the thing where I was like, there was that moment of, why am I here? I feel like a fraud.
No, I get that. I get that.
But there was people that walked past, and like I was on my stand for most. I didn't get to play a single game. So my people were like, well, that's a crap con. You didn't get to play a single game. But if I wasn't on stage, I was at my stand and willing to talk to people. And there's some people that approached me after the event saying, I was too shy to speak to you, but I thought I'd just message you. I said, please don't ever be like that. Come up to me, say hi. If you come next year or whatever, and I'm there, come and meet me. If you meet me at another event, come and say hi. It's absolutely fine. And the fact that people wanted selfies, people were buying merch, people, this first guy that goes, can I have your autograph? And I'm like, sorry, have you got the right person? What? And that's always going to stick in my mind. And it was just nice to be there and then have comments of people saying, oh, you're really funny when you're on stage, and you did a really good job, and blah, blah, blah. And that was nice. And I think that thing of, oh, maybe I'm a fraud went, but it was nice to say, well, hang on, all the people around me right now are kind of like the peers that I need to, that's where my next step I need to go. So for me, OLL alone has been a great experience. But in terms of all the different events I've been invited to, I wouldn't like to single one out because they're all very unique and all very different. And I feel very privileged to be asked to go to them. And I'm looking forward to the WASD IGN event in September because I've never been to that. Ooh. And I know, I'm not going to go into the background, that was an event I used to go to before I was a streamer. Which now else.
Pete does,
So,
I went to the one in April. It was really well done, actually. For a second year, it was surprising how good it was, like, run and organised and all that.
And this is the thing, I thought I'd missed that, and because I never knew that they were going to do this other thing. So as soon as they announced that, I was like, I want to go to that, and they were kind of like, well, here's your free tickets for the 3 days. And I was like, I was going to buy tickets, and they're like, no, we want you there, and it was nice.
Yeah, I was exactly the same. I was like, I'm going to buy a ticket, but then we got given a press pass for it as a site, and I was like, well, I'm in London, I'll take that. It was amazing, really.
It's nice, and it's like, as long as I think with that, if people don't, as long as people don't take the mick, because I do notice
Yeah.
people that get press passes and then just either not turn up,
Yes.
they'll
Yeah.
blag it, or blah blah blah. I will always do what I can to help promote any event. Now, I
Yeah.
couldn't go to Nottingham Video Games Expo, but James and I'll get on with a House on Fire. They've been very kind to help us promote other things for us. And I was just like, well, I'll promote it and I'll keep shouting about it, even though I can't be there. But
love
that's the
it.
kind of thing I do. Like, if it turns out I can't get to format in October
Yeah.
for the Halloween thing, I'm still going to plug it because Simran's been absolutely amazing. I can't speak more highly of the guy.
I was unbelievably blown away by how well run format was as well. Like, and it was the first time I'd ever been to like a gaming social event like that.
Yeah.
And social events are not my thing usually, but it's like it was so cool to just see all these cool people.
I love
It is, and it's that unique balance
I love
of
that.
we're going to chuck 1,500 people in this nightclub, but you can go and have a dance and get drunk,
Yeah.
or you can play a load of new games that
Also
are about
that.
to come out, or you can just meet up with all your friends and have a laugh and have a conversation.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because that was the thing that I found about it. Is because getting the press invites for it through through our friend of the show, Mike Tendo, he got a few extra tickets. So I ended up messaging a few people who I'd never even met before, just giving them a couple of tickets, and we got to hang out the whole time. It was brilliant.
I love that.
I just wish I hadn't been on a coach most of the day and was a little bit more alert and with it.
Yeah. Well, I've spoke before very, very bluntly and honestly on this show about Ireland. We don't get a lot. We have about 4. And insomnia is our biggest. And I did say that insomnia needs a little help. It just needs a little help. Over here in Ireland, I've heard that insomnia over there on the mainland is so well done.
I can't comment because it's the one event that I don't go to because it's not an event that suits what I do. And
right.
That's not insomnia. Insomnia is very, very popular because it
is.
It's 30 minutes down the road from me.
That's great.
Once a year, but it's very geared to tournaments and esports.
Yes, it is. Esports is its big draw. Yes.
But that's not what I do. So I've never been in that. If I was in an esports team, I probably would go, but it's not something that I would go to, I'll be honest.
Right.
If I was invited, maybe, I don't know. But to me, that doesn't appeal compared to the other events that I attend.
Well, see, first let me do a sidetrack and then I'll get back to my point. Chat is just absolutely going off for you, Mags. I love this. This brings a huge smile to my face. For our listeners who can't see this, chat is just in here. They're just showing all the love to Mags, and it's just making my heart explode because I just love community.
Yeah, we're big opponents of having a community around here. So it's always nice to see your communities come along to show support. It's always good to see.
Welcome all Mags community. I don't know if you have a cute little name, Magalites or whatever, but you're all wonderful and we love you too. No, what I was saying was that, and I've mentioned this also many times on the show, George Romero, wait, did I say that right? I've been drinking.
Yeah. Guy in my doom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk and I'm not aware of what I'm saying. Yes, he lives here in Ireland. So he comes to just everything. The door's open, he's there. And I've met him so many times and he is so, as we were talking about, he's very, which back in the day, he was known as being kind of an arrogant, kind of young guy on the scene. So he got a kind of bad reputation and then things, Daikatana came out and stuff. But he has since just, I don't know if he just got in touch with his inner zen or whatever. He is so just humble and he's just there and he will take pictures with anyone. He doesn't charge for anything, not autographs or anything. And because I was shocked, I was like, "Can I have your autograph?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "How much?" He's like, "I'm not gonna charge you." I was, okay. And then he hugged me and took a selfie. I was like, "Okay, I love you forever." And I would start to see him at all these other events. But having said that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, is that as long as you have that kind of humbleness. In America, we say humbleness, but I've heard that that's not pronounced over here that way. So humbleness, that kind of thing. Like, I want to buy everything he puts out now because he started a new company, and that kind of thing. And but to tie that back to Insomnia, that's his main thing. Oh, he comes to all of them, but he was also at Insomnia. But it's very different over here in Ireland. We're a very small island. We're very limited. So one thing that I'm enjoying listening to Mags is getting some ideas in my head, because we are ripe for that. We have a lot of gamers, and we have a huge esports movement also.
Yeah.
But now, as you know, we also have a lot of streamers here, Irish streamers.
Yeah.
And we're a tight community over here. I love it.
Yeah.
And stuff. But that leads us kind of on to our next point. Mags, if you want to talk about it, or Pete, if you want to mention anything.
Well, like I said, we've danced around the issue.
Yeah, let's dive in. Let's just jump in.
We have, so let's just jump in. Mags, the floor is yours if you want to talk, name of the event that you're putting on and promote it and all that. And
what if you put on your own event?
Let's do it. Okay, so we are running for our second year an event called Timeless Gaming Convention.
I love it.
It was called something else last year.
Okay.
The reason we've called it Timeless. So we ran let's go back to the beginning. So we ran an event called NerdCon, right? Last year at Arcade Club in Bury, which is Europe's largest arcade. It's the most fascinating venue ever. And it's got 4 floors of VR games, retro arcades. You've got Nintendo Switches, Xboxes, the newest machine. They've just announced they've got Time Crisis 5 in there.
Oh my gosh.
It's just come out and it's going to be there ready for our show.
Oh my gosh.
They've got pool tables, air hockey, basketball hoops, light gun games, driving games. There's 4D, like Luigi's Mansion 4D.
Nice. That's so cool.
All this over 4 floors. Amazing venue. And we ran the event, and it was myself and another guy who used to be a co-presenter on Games Master called Brad Burton. Used to be a Games
Right, okay.
Right. Me and Brad have been friends for many, many years, and we got asked to put on a gaming event. We put on NerdCon, and we managed to get the likes of Adam Sawkins, who made
I didn't know that was you.
Right.
I didn't know that was you that did NerdCon.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's us. That's us. So, and we had Gary Bracey from Ocean Software and Jim Bags.
Oh my gosh.
We did an Ocean Software reunion. We had Paul McNally, who was the editor of PlayStation.
Yes.
You know Paul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So we had all these amazing names. Justice, the YouTuber. So we did Q&As, we did things, we did live competitions, we did Pac-Man competition, a Street Fighter competition, Just Dance.
Yes.
And we basically gave away prizes. So we had all this and some exhibitors, and we really wanted. Hello, Manic, by the way. Manic saying hello.
Right. Oh, hello.
So we really wanted to do it again. Now the thing is, Brad is not in the games industry anymore, and Brad is known as being one of the UK's #1 motivational speakers. But he flies around the world. So just this year, he's been to Portugal, Spain, Las Vegas, and he speaks for massive companies, and he speaks in front of thousands of people. And he turned around to me and said, I can't put the time into this that I want to. I can't give it. And he went, but if you want the company, it's yours, because we're 50-50 partners.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, this is a big task to put the same thing on again myself. We know what we're doing.
Right.
It was very well received last year,
mm-hmm.
but it's kind of like, oh, bless you, Dan. He said it was so good last year. Thank you. But it was like, right, so how do we do this? Now, obviously, I've got Amy as my show producer, and Amy said, well, let me step in. I've got some ideas. Let's change it up. So NerdCon got scrapped, and in replace, it became kind of a gaming convention.
Okay.
And the reason behind it, there's 2 reasons. One, because it was very retro.
Yes.
Last year.
Yes, it was. It was.
There's a lot of retro gaming events in the UK. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
And the fact that I focus on new stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, so there's a clash there. What is this event? and we said, well, if it's timeless gaming convention, it's the best of everything retro
Both
to the modern
worlds.
day, and we're
Yeah.
celebrating everything gaming, right?
That's so good.
This year with the competitions, we're doing a Space Invaders competition. You can't get more
Very
retro
cool.
than that.
No, you cannot.
Yep.
But then we're doing Street Fighter 6 tournament,
There you go, Pete.
right? We're doing a Mario
yeah.
Kart tournament that we had last year. We're bringing that back. And then we're doing Rocket League tournament.
Oh,
but then we're doing
nice.
an original Sonic the Hedgehog
Oh.
time challenge. And we're doing
Nice.
GoldenEye.
Cool.
Challenge.
So your own type of competition.
Yeah. so
Oh,
we're running
that's
competitions,
cool.
And there's lots of prizes to win, so you can come up out
Oh,
the
I
audience
like
to play.
that.
And then we're celebrating the best of all new because we went, right, so we want a Gaming Legends panel like last year.
Yeah.
So we've got Kev Bayliss, who worked for Rare,
Yeah.
who was the voiceover artist for Donkey Kong Country, Diddy
Yes.
Kong
Oh,
Racing.
amazing.
Yes.
He now works for Playtonic. They did the 2
That's right.
ukulele
Yeah.
games. So we've got Kev. We've got Paul Manischek, who still works for Rare now.
Yeah.
So he worked on Battletoads, Killer Instinct, but now works on Sea of Thieves.
Yes, that's
Very
right.
nice. Very nice.
Yes.
We've got Rich, who basically worked on R-Type, Jungle Strike, Premier
cool.
Manager,
Very
Zool.
cool. That's cool. That's
And then
cool.
we've got Nick, who used to work from Ocean Software, Gremlin, Infogrames, and now works for Team 17.
Oh, cool.
Okay, we're very familiar
Oh,
with Team
we've got all
17.
Yeah.
We might have someone else who recently just got in touch that might be back, but for something
gosh.
different.
Oh
So we
dear.
want to celebrate that. But then we wanted to get people. We didn't want to say, "Oh, we're going to have the same guests." So we want other guests. But then we wanted to say,
Right.
people said to us, "Well, it's all well and good about hearing about these gaming legends, but what if I want to become a streamer? What if I want to become a podcaster?
Yes,
What if I want
so-
to become a game dev?" So we went, right. So this is where the difference between NerdCon and Timeless is. So
Right, okay.
we've got a journalist panel
Yeah.
being
That's
run
excellent.
by Paul McNally, because he was
Nice.
our guest last year, but he's now going to be our guest host. And he's obviously a journalist from the last 30 years, but talking to the likes of Amiga Addict, Pixel Addict, and Debug Magazine, which are all brand new magazines,
Yes.
Yeah.
the editors and founders of those. So they're going to talk about the differences and how difficult it is to do a gaming magazine then now. We've got
That's amazing.
podcasters talking about why they're podcasting. We've got a streamer panel, which we will be announcing maybe by the end of next week because we've got one guest. So we're going to talk about streamers, how they're a streamer, their differences. But it's not just big name streamers. It's going to be like there's people that like even like my thing or
Yes,
lower than me because we wanted to share. the
Yes.
experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
We've
Yes.
got and there's numerous other things. I'm trying to think what else there is, but there's numerous other. And we've invited Simran from Format to come and
Yes.
do a talk.
Yes.
And talk
Amazing.
about why gaming events are more important than ever
Yes.
in 2023, because we've missed them for so many years with COVID and that, and why they've got to come back and why you need to support these. So we've got all this, plus all the competitions. We've got cosplay going on. We've got
Yeah.
the wonderful Hijinks.
Oh,
who's from,
yes.
Nerd
Yes.
Bait. Her, you know Hijinks.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Pete, you might have seen her. She was at Format as well.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
mates turning up. We're going to do a cosplay competition. We've got a Canadian Twitch streamer called Mike Storm, who's a DJ. We're flying him over from Canada. He's doing a DJ set from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. at night.
That's so
Amazing.
cool.
This runs for 12 hours, this thing, right? It's 12 hours. You get to play
gosh.
all those games on the 4 floors free of charge.
Oh,
You can watch all the panels, Q&A,
Oh my
questions. You can go up to
gosh.
people, get your stuff signed. You can join in competitions and win prizes. You can join in the cosplay. People can win
Yes.
prizes for just buying a ticket because we've been backed by Backbone, right?
Oh,
So we're
amazing.
giving away Xbox Backbones, PlayStation
Oh my
Backbones.
gosh.
We've got 2 for Apple. We've got 2 for Android.
Holy
so 4
crap.
people are going to win those just for buying a ticket.
Okay,
Right?
that's awesome.
So we got that. We've got Debug as a partner.
Yes,
So not only there
yes,
is a magazine,
yes.
but they're running a whole indie game area with 12 brand
See?
new games that feature in the latest magazine.
Oh,
We've got Geek Retreat there running a tabletop board
Yeah.
game and card game area. So they've got everything from Warhammer to Pokemon. And if you've never played them, they'll teach you how to play the games as well. We've got Player Ammo, who are a brand new
Yes.
energy drink that started in Manchester, which obviously we're down the road from. And they've been going as long as we've been going.
yeah.
So we've got them there. You can try samples. They're giving away prizes. We're going to be announcing a charity partner next week,
Oh,
which I'm not to say yet. His contract's nearly done, but we will be announcing that this week. And we've got all this other stuff that's coming out. So you've got all that for 12 hours.
That's amazing.
And just all on one day. And it's just like, boom. That's it. And that's what it is now. And now we're just celebrating everything gaming.
Well, what I want to say to our listeners and our watchers, I and Pete are people who attend a lot of cons, a lot of, gaming, and I do a lot of Comic Cons mixed with gaming and stuff like that. Everything he has listed is about 4 separate cons in one. Yeah. So I know we are, we kind of have limitation. We don't advertise on the show. We don't do that, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. No,
that's fine. Forget that.
But I'm also going to give my just honest, full-fledged opinion. Everything that Mags has just said, as someone who's experienced as a con goer, not as a con presenter, but as a con goer, that is jam-packed. That is amazing. Everything he has listed it's literally blown my socks off. And I don't even say that lightly. That's not flattery or whatever the crap.
Look, and
that's amazing.
This is the funny thing is, there's 2 reasons why we do this, and the same ethos has carried over from Con to Timeless. So the one thing is, don't you hate going to gaming conventions and you go, oh, I can play the new Call of Duty game if I queue for 2.5 hours?
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So we're like, okay, so we have got new games, but we've only got a little select. But there's over 400 different types of machines: retro, indie, new, as I say, Xboxes, Switches. You are never going to have to queue for anything, right?
I love that.
So you can just go up to a machine. If someone's playing a machine, go on the machine next to them or go that and then come back later. You got 12 hours to play games, right? So that's the first big ethos of it.
That's
we don't
huge.
Want people queuing, right? Queue to get in, and then once you're in, go wild, right?
That's huge. That's huge.
And the second thing, and we're really big about this, is making new friends, building your communities, getting together. So all those people that you've seen on streams you've never met, go say hi to them. Get people together and say, hey, let's go to this and come to that. Or go, oh, I know you guys. I want to go and talk. And not being afraid that when you're in a massive hall at a convention that you're not allowed because everyone's in the groups. Because it doesn't work like that. Dan will tell you this. You can just basically go up to anyone and talk to them at our events because that's how it is. We're all just, come and grab me at the end of the event. I'll talk to anyone happily.
Amazing.
That is huge.
That's the biggest ethos of it all.
See, okay, so again, what we've talked about on this show, we've talked about this very, very a lot. I'm autistic. But I'm an autistic extrovert. Get that. But that means that sometimes, it happens sometimes. But that means that I can be overwhelmed by sights and sounds. I'm like a normal person introvert, but an autistic extrovert.
Yeah.
So that means that sometimes when I go to cons, because I go to cons a lot, I'm a nerd. Let's just be honest. It's just how it is. That's just life. But sometimes you can be overwhelmed by the fact that maybe your favorite streamer is 5 miles away at a table and the line is 5,000 miles long and you don't have the social battery, we'll say, to make it through that. So everything that Mags is saying is like, that's super appealing. Like, I am energized. Like, I want to go to this because...
I was going to say, because you've been so very kind to invite us, I would like to offer some free tickets to yourself and Pete. And we would love to have you as our guests at the event.
I really appreciate that, but unfortunately something has happened this week that meant I'm going to be unavailable that week. And now I'm so sorry, but yeah, unfortunately my someone in my partner's family has just passed, so I've got to be at a funeral the day before. So I would have loved to have done. Yeah, if it hadn't have been for that, I would have booked the day off when I got back to work tomorrow and gone straight up.
Oh
but,
gosh. Well,
if that is available for next time, I will gladly take you up on your offer then.
We can arrange that for you, Pete. That's not a problem. But
Thank you very much. But if Kylie wants to go or someone wants to represent Rapid Reviews, then I can always put a message in the Discord.
Yes, and we will, of
Yeah.
course, we'll discuss this after the show.
Yeah, and we'll also get someone up there who can review it for you and put
Oh,
some
absolutely.
energy out onto the site as well.
Yeah.
That'd be very kind of you. Thank you.
No,
Thank
I am loving this because I'm always kind of hesitant to say this kind of stuff, but you know what? We talk about everything on the show. We're very open. Yeah. But I too was looking at bringing any kind of con, just anything. Everyone knows I'm in Belfast. And I've said this 1,000 times, but the whole island of Ireland went into lockdown for 2 years.
Yeah.
We literally, it was harsh. We literally just took the plastic shielding down 3 months ago. That tells you. Yeah, we were super locked down. And the thing is, Pete and I were going to bring a con to Belfast, what were we, 6 months before lockdown? And then...
yeah, pretty much. We were in the throes of actually planning everything.
Yeah. We had the waivers out, printed out. We had the whole business pack. We were just we were excited. Pete was gonna run the esports section and everything, and then boom, we died a death because of COVID.
Yeah.
And who knows? Hopefully, we can eventually get that back up and running because Ireland is starting to get it together. We're starting to pick back up. Yeah. But that aside, everything that Max is talking about is what I had in my head. This is amazing. This is, as someone who attends cons and knows what is lacking and what is missing. Again, I am very upfront. I go to Comic Cons and gaming cons, which are very different things.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But they both have cosplay, which is all I care about.
No. As someone who's done both gaming events, anime cons, and film events as well, this sounds like everything rolled into something like was originally said. You would get over 4, 5, maybe even 6 different events. So it's just
exactly.
It's astounding how much planning has gone into this. So I guess, how many people have you got on your staff?
Yes, I want to know. That's where I was going with this.
You're gonna laugh when you hear this, right? So how let's do this. How many people do you think we've got as a team running this event for this year?
I'm going to put this out there because I've got a feeling this is going to be a low number based on your reaction.
Say 20.
I'm going to go 3 or 4.
Oh gosh, he's just underdoing it.
I was saying 20, right? Okay.
Yeah, 20.
It's 3 of us. It's myself, producer Amy, and a guy called Jesse, who basically does the website and does the updates and the social media. So,
how did you pull all this together? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's literally us. Now, granted,
that's amazing.
With the venue, obviously the venue's not normally open. So let me just realise that people are not. I'm not going to be running around pulling pints and things behind the bar.
Right.
Your dinner, okay. Arcade Club is fully staffed, but we actually hire the whole venue out.
Yes.
Day,
yes.
It's not normally open on a Wednesday anyway.
So
they have all their
security,
all their bar staff, all their cooks, the chefs, and the rest of their amazing team.
That's so cool.
So that kind of helps with that side. But then we will have people running around doing stuff for days because I'm literally glued to the main stage for 6 hours because I'm doing
yeah, of course.
That was going to be my position. So absolutely, 100%. Yes.
So it's things. And then Jesse on the day is going to be filming and taking photography. Amy's got numerous other things to sort out and run around on the day. So we are going to have a few little people that are going to help us out. So it'll be a bigger team on the day, but it is literally the 3 of us that have done this whole thing. And this is the thing. Brad made the decision that he wanted out by the end of March.
Holy crap!
We've literally put this together in April, May, June, July. So we've had we're nearly at 4 months. So we put this whole thing together in 4 months, which is actually less time than what you did last year.
I was going to say, I want to stress so hard to our listeners and watchers right now, with the experience that Pete and I have had in doing something akin. We didn't get this far.
No.
What they're pulling off is absolutely amazing and
it's not. It's insane. It's ridiculous.
It's insane. It is insane.
Do what these guys are doing and spend your time and make sure you get it right. Don't try and do it in 4 months like us crazy lot are doing.
I am jaw dropped in awe.
You're not the only one.
Look, if it comes off, it comes off.
Yeah. It's like we doing this
Oh
again like
gosh.
this?
Oh
Because
my
said,
gosh.
no, we have said, because we're sure this is going to be even better than last year.
I'm sure.
But we actually
It
want to
sounds
announce
like
it
it.
about 2 weeks after that we're going to do the next one, because we're like, we're not leaving it for 6 months and doing this. I can't
Oh
just
gosh.
stress
No, you have
alone.
to.
Damn, you've stolen my next question.
Oh, sorry. Right. Go on then. What
No,
is
it's cool.
Go on,
No.
go on.
Do you want to do? You would do this again, obviously, if it's a roaring success.
No, if it's a roaring success, yes, obviously. I mean, last year, you know, we had what I would call reasonable success. We did it well. We're hoping that we're going to double that. Are we going to sell out this year? I honestly don't know. We didn't sell out last year, but maybe we will this year. I don't know. If we sell out, it's a definite yes. But then people have said to us, because last year we had a 100% success rate, should we do this again? And everyone who went said yes. And we tweaked a few things that people wanted. So that's how we've done different style sort of Q&As and things and mixed it up a bit. Will we do it again in the same place for a third year? That's one that's a bit debatable, because people have said, why don't you bring it to the Midlands? Why don't you bring it down south?
Right.
Why don't you do it? So, and we're like, well, maybe we could move it. But it's that thing of, well, let's say we do sell out this year. We could announce that we're doing it again at the same place next year. But then maybe we look at like a Midlands one or south.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
you do spring and then fall or whatever. Spring, summer, whatever.
We do that. I think there's a potential to do that.
Yeah.
Because then we're very different from a lot of events out there. But let's walk before we can run, I think.
Of
course, yeah.
I get that.
In some shape or form, there will be a 2024
excellent.
That's so cool.
Do you feel that some of the pitfalls about taking it further afield would be the choice of location, though?
Massively, because, so when Brad announced he was not going to take part in the event, we didn't know whether Arcade Club wanted us back or not, because we hadn't spoken to him for like 6 months.
Right.
So I put a thing out there saying, are you interested? And didn't really hear much back. And this is not, I'm not putting a fault on Arcade Club whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just didn't really hear much back because they were so busy. So I started searching other places. And I routed around at numerous different arcades because we wanted that same thing, an arcade that's got that. And either they wanted us with welcoming arms, but then we go check out the place and it could only hold like 80 people.
Yes.
Or they had no food and bar facilities, or we'd go in and it was an amazing arcade, but there's nowhere to have a stage or anything. So you're going, well, then people turn up like a normal day. It's not making it anything more.
Right.
And or we had them coming going, no, we don't want you here.
Yeah.
Like, some are like, we're not interested. We don't want anything like this. Which is fair enough. I get it.
Yeah.
And we were like, I'm not going to lie, fastly running out of options for around the UK. Like, we were looking in places in Cardiff as well, and Scotland.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And fastly running out of stuff. Now, since then, there's been a couple of other ones that have been brought to my eye line and attention for possible next year.
Future,
Arcade Club did come back to us and go, we'd like to do this. We have made improvements to the venue. There's new things that are there.
Cool.
And we sat down with them and said, look, we'd like to do this again. We want to do it a bit different. But then we sat down and we said, right, okay, what are your gripes with it? What could we done better for you? What can we make this to work? Because at the end of the day, it is still the best gaming venue in the whole of Europe. You're just the top floor alone. There's 300 retro arcade machines upstairs.
That's
just
amazing.
Alone, right? So with everything else going on, it's kind of like it'd be criminal not to run this again.
Yeah.
Now,
agreed. Yeah.
It's one of them, like, we've got to see how it goes. I'm not going to lie. It is not cheap to hire that venue.
Yeah, I bet.
And we have come under a bit of criticism and people saying our tickets are too expensive. Our tickets are closer to the price of Insomnia.
I was going to say, okay. Right? That's not ridiculous for the people out there listening.
Well, this is the thing. I'm going to say this, right? So our standard tickets are 25 quid. Right?
That's pretty normal,
Into Arcade Club alone, only a few hours is £17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Now, they have to pay a hell of a lot of money in electricity.
Exactly.
Food costs, right? So what they charge us to hire the place is justified. So if you think 17 quid of the 25 pays for all that, But plus you could end up winning a backbone.
Yeah,
Plus
exactly.
you could end up being on stage and win some Pokemon or Warhammer prizes or something else. Plus you could go and meet a load of idols, make a load of friends. The food's not expensive. You're not got to pay 10 quid for a hot dog. You pay like 3 quid for a burger or a hot dog. The drink selection, because they've got a bar on every floor.
Oh, see.
Excellent.
Nice.
It's like, so you're only paying another 8 quid
That's
for
not
everything
bad.
else we're doing that we've chucked in. And then people go, oh yeah, that's actually really good value. And you kind of go, see?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, that's not bad at all.
People might feel it could be that, but it's like, oh, but if you realise how much it costs you to get in, even what they charge is not expensive, and they only put their prices up by £1 this year. They haven't changed their prices.
Oh wow!
But because of the electric bills going up, and that's a hell of a lot, right?
Yeah.
They've upped it by £1, and I said I would have thought you'd put it up by more than that. I said, well, we wanted to be fair to the families and kids stuff coming to it. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and Gilfly's just said there. Plus, there's lots of seating for us wobbly people.
Yeah, bless them. Yeah, there's comfy sofas. So this is the thing. So,
sofas! That's awesome.
On the first floor, they've got all the Nintendo Switches along with TVs, and there's big comfy sofas on the first floor. The seats near the bar. All the Xboxes are in a circle. You can sit at the seat. Right. Some of the gaming machines you can sit at. The main floor. The tabletop area will have old tables and chairs so you can play the games, or just sit at a bar and have a drink if you don't want to play the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
The main stage, we've got comfy sofas at the front for people, and then chairs. And
that's
the only time
amazing.
all that is when the DJ kicks in and those chairs go. And on the top floor, you've got the restaurant, so you can sit and chill on a table and sit and play the indie games for debug. So there's plenty of seats because going up and downstairs is a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
Found that during format actually because there's 3 bars on that. In that area, wasn't there? And you're going up all these stairs, and it's just like,
and it's
all right, I'm going to take a bit of time
really, unless you get to sit and play a game. And again, it's not a criticism of format.
No,
it's a nightclub, and they want people up and dancing and having a party.
Right?
Yeah.
But
the venue itself, it's great. It's got disabled access. It's got free parking.
Yay.
There's like nearly 1,000 parking spaces.
Holy crap!
Parking space, you can park locally really cheaply.
Nice.
It's 10 minutes from the metro and the train. We had a guy fly over from Germany last year that came to the event, and he got to Manchester Airport, and he went, I got a taxi, and it didn't long. Says all these things. It's cheap food, cheap drink, which goes against all the other big gaming cons that charge you. You want a pint of lager? Oh, that'll be £9.50, please.
Yep.
And you're like, what?
Yep.
Well, I'm used to that because of London prices.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like 3 quid for a pint or whatever, and it's like £1 for a can of Coke.
Oh my gosh!
You can get a large pizza for 4 quid.
Holy crap!
Decent as well. I'm bigging up the venue. As Dan says, it's the perfect venue.
Yeah, it sounds like
amazing.
it. Honestly makes me wish we had a venue like that down my way. But closest
gosh.
we've got is a really good local arcade that I've got, which is brilliant. But it's not quite the same as four floors of 300 machines and loads of space and restaurants.
I was gonna say. We've got one barcade here in Belfast. We used to have 2, but it closed. So we have one barcade, Cuckoo. Shout out to Cuckoo. It's the first floor. It's teeny tiny. They have a live music stage, which is teeny tiny. And then the second floor is we have Guitar Hero.
Nice, yeah.
I think there's a Halo game up there. And then they have emulators for retro games.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But that's it. We're done. That's it. That's all Belfast. It's a pretty metro city. I mean, it's not huge, but it's a metro city. That's all we have. So to hear that you've even got a venue that has, did you say 4 floors?
It's 4 floors now. We were very lucky that they converted the ground floor. And the ground floor opened 2 weeks before we did the event last year. So the ground floor.
Holy crap!
There's VR games. There's some pool tables. There's some retro. There's some new. They've got one of those air tunnels that they fly.
Yes!
Oh my god!
The first floor is all your modern stuff. So all your 4D
I'm so jealous.
mansion, the Star Wars Skypod.
That's amazing.
In Nintendo Switch X. Second floor, they've got the whole room of just candy cabs and stuff like Tekken, pinball machines.
Yes.
Guitar Hero, Time Crisis with the new Time Crisis 5.
Yes.
Outrun, all that. And then the top floor is all your retro stuff. and it goes really retro. They've got all the Mortal Kombat's, all the Pac-Man, the Simpsons, the Turtles arcade machine,
Nice.
Galaxia, Glaxon, Space Invaders, you name it. They've got it. They've even got Terminator 2 with the guns.
Oh, amazing.
I kid you not. This is, again, we're not advertising. We're being very honest and open in our opinions here. That is amazing.
And again, I'm bigging up the venue because I've been to many gaming events where they have a retro area.
Yes.
And it may run for a number of days, and half the machines are broken.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, found that of several EGX over the years. Actually, it was really unfortunate, but sometimes it happens, doesn't it?
It does happen, but
no staff on the ground to fix the machines.
No, they do. That's right.
Right, and you've just said it, so I'm going to say EGX last year after machines didn't work. Right, okay, not their fault. They outsource it. I'm not going to say
exactly. It's outsourced. Yeah.
Right, but Arcade Club fix and make their machines there. And if something's not there, they replace it on the day.
That's amazing.
So I think we only had, out of all the 400 plus machines, we had one machine that went down last year. And they were like, we can change it and move it. I went, don't worry about it. It's fine because there's another 399 machines to play.
Oh my gosh.
But they really care. And when I've gone down there for meetings and stuff, you got someone wiring up the thing and that, and they really do care about the machines.
That's so cool.
It honestly sounds like a guy that runs an arcade down this way. There's like only several people in the UK now that actually do picks up jobs of arcade machines. And the guy near to me is one of them. So it sounds like the arcade club are exactly the same. You know, they really love their machines and they really love the retro way of doing it and playing it on native hardware.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant. So yeah, I think we'll start to wrap this down a little bit. So I just wanted to have a couple of quick fire questions of you as a content creator and all that as well. What do you make of Kick at the moment?
I have no opinion on it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, all right. It's going to be quick fire. I have no opinion on it because I've not checked it out, right?
Yeah.
I know streamers that have gone to Kick, right? Yeah. That's fine. But all I'm going to say is, does everyone remember Trovo from a couple of years ago?
No.
No.
There you go.
I briefly remember Mixer, but even that's a fleeting thought.
Yeah. So Trovo.
Wow.
People left Twitch to go to Trovo. I will say that Twitch needs to do things.
Yes.
Look at the streamers better.
I agree.
There's nothing that's directly affected me, but I know it's affected a number of people.
It is.
I feel that a lot of streamers that have gone over to Kick will either stay there, and I wish them all the best at Kick, and I hope that Kick does really well, because nothing wrong with a bit of competition.
I agree.
But Twitch is my home, and I have no reason to go even have a look at Kick whatsoever.
Yeah.
Twitch has been very good to me.
That was exactly our thought as well. We looked into it and we're like,
yeah,
we've made a platform on Twitch now.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite game of all time.
Jesus. I'm going to be a short answer. I can't narrow it down to one. Can I give you 3?
That's fine. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Top 3 then.
All right. Half-Life.
Yes. Okay.
Solid choice.
Nice.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Nice.
Also
excellent.
Solid choice.
Very good.
And then Far Cry 3.
Ooh. Oh, we have talked about Far Cry 3 many times.
Yes.
Yeah. As for the other Far Cry games, they're all right.
Uh-huh.
But that, to me,
okay, so
it does waver at the end.
Let's talk. Okay, I want to talk a little bit because I have talked about Far Cry 3 many times on this show. I love Far Cry 3, but there's a but.
There's always a but.
It's a minor but to me, and it's a major but to me. Sorry, I've rephrased that wrong. It's a major but to me. It might be minor to you. Okay, does it not take you out of your immersion when everybody respawns at those checkpoints within like 2 minutes? How does your brain explain that one?
You know what? That didn't bother me. It was something else that bothered me. It was something to do with the story that bothered me.
It was
It
was
It was the fact that you had this amazing main villain.
Yes, and he's only there for a little bit.
3/4 of the way through, and I'm not, because if anyone's not played it, and then he is replaced by it's the bigger boss.
The bigger boss is nowhere
Nope.
near
as good.
Nope.
as the guy and the actor, and I can't remember his name. Numerous things.
Okay.
Yes, he's
and
amazing.
me-
They did a live action with him doing it too.
Yeah, and he's
so
brilliant. And it's the thing. It's just kind of like I'd say it knocks 10. Like it doesn't make it
You're
10
right.
out of 10. It makes it a 9 out of 10. I don't know why they decided to do that because the game could have ended with a big confrontation with this guy.
Yes.
You've been through all the way through the game, and that'd have been perfect.
And
And then they
he's
kind of go, story goes off on a slant, and I don't know why they did that.
he's so
But he's
charismatic. It's
Yeah.
weird. He's a villain. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
And you kind of like him, but he's
Yeah,
awful.
no,
he's
he's
terrible, but you just really kind of like him. And then he's gone.
Horrible person, but
He's
you can't.
terrible. But
And
he's
he's
so.
the best villain
He's.
probably we've had in a game in the last 15 years.
Oh.
I honestly think.
I'm gonna agree with you there, especially with the Far Cry franchise. But yeah, no, my problem's always been the respawning within like 2 minutes after you clear out that
I
checkpoint.
get that, but that didn't quite take me out of it. You know?
It's just me and my weirdo
Fair
brain.
enough.
But yes.
Raid a post and then get the hell out of there. So I didn't see that. I was like,
But there you go. And I'm like, wait, I gotta circle back.
hang on, have they come back yet? Hang on. I
Exactly.
do know what you mean. Yeah, I do know
Yeah.
what you mean. It happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
and,
Pete, sorry.
right. Last question. Living up to your middle-aged gamer guide
Oh
tag.
goodness.
Sega or Nintendo?
Oh.
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 Please don't hate me, people. I'm only doing this because of what I had.
Oh,
My
I think
own
he's gonna be on my side, Pete.
It was Nintendo.
Oh no, he's on your side.
I had a NES, and I had a SNES, and all my friends had Mega Drives or Master Systems.
Ah.
I've always been. This is the thing. I'm going to say this now. I've always been many steps behind until I became a streamer. I think so. I inherited the Atari 2600 with Pong because my parents bought it in '77.
Yes.
I was born in '79.
Oh wow.
I got Spectrum Plus free with the disc drive. So many Ocean games and Rare when they were called Ultimate was my thing.
Yes. Yes.
I got a Nintendo about 4 or 5 years after it actually came out. I got it when they brought the Turtles back out.
Yes.
nice.
I got a SNES a couple of years after SNES was popular.
Yeah.
And then I jumped to PC gaming, missed out on all the other Sega things, the N64, missed all that. Then went to a PlayStation 2 about 2 years before they stopped doing PlayStation 2. On that. Then jumped to Xbox 360, right? And then stuck with Xbox all the way. But even with an Xbox One, I was a year behind when it came out.
Yeah. No,
then
I was too.
Xbox Series X, because obviously it was while I was streaming, got that when it came out. PlayStation 5 got a year after because the person wanted to put their money where their mouth was.
Yes, which is very cool.
I got a Switch pretty much pretty soon, and PC gaming. So now I'm kind of like, I will always have to have them up to date. But
Yeah.
I've always gone for the unpopular opinions sometimes.
The
But
underdog?
I'm a Nintendo
yeah.
guy at heart, but not as much as I'd say Pete is or other people. But my friends had Dave, who's my co-host, massive Sega fan, and had the Mega Drive, so I was always around his house playing his. So it's kind of like they're both good in their equal right. But for me personally, it's just Nintendo because that's where my heart is.
Yeah, to be
That's
fair,
awesome.
my Nintendo is my heart, but actually, when I was a kid, I had a Mega Drive over the SNES, so yeah, I know.
See,
Strange.
that's so weird. See, I had a Nintendo. Well, my brother did. My way older brother did. So I just kind of stole it from him. But when I was like a young teen to teenager, I had all what we called the Sega Genesis.
Right, yeah.
I think that's what you call Mega Drive, right? Is that the
Yes, that's
equivalent?
right,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had Sega Genesis, so I was like, oh, I'm so cool now. And PlayStation, I think PlayStation 2 was out by that time. I was still like, yeah. But then I switched to PlayStation. I became a Sony pony so early on in life.
Right, okay.
I was. And then that Xbox 360 dropped and my life changed. We talk about that on the show a lot.
Yeah, I think
360 did it for me.
Xbox 360 was fabulous, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful console.
PlayStation 3. Out of Xbox One and PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 clearly was the better one.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah. I hate to
Now,
say it, but yes.
Yeah, and now you've got that thing of, yes, PS5 is kicking Xbox Series X's ass, But
mean.
I still play my Series X way more than I do my PS5.
Oh yeah.
And I think with the differences, because I've got both PS Plus and Game Pass, to me, Game Pass is a lot better offering than what PS does. But exclusive-wise, PlayStation has a lot better exclusives than Xbox, and always has.
I mean, that's the whole basis of this Activision court thing that we're going to talk about next week.
Oh, I knew you'd find a way to bring it up.
Okay, look, I'm going to say this now. I get why PlayStation are mad. I get why Sony are mad about this. We talk about it on my show nearly every week.
Oh, okay, because we talk about it here a lot too.
It's a thing. Like, I am very happy. There's many reasons why I'm happy about that they've been let through. Right? Okay, so Microsoft have done a lot of good with a lot of studios that they have bought up. There are some that they've not done so well. They've admitted, and that we've seen the evidence from
Rare cough.
Lionhead being another.
Lionhead, that's a good one too, Pete. Yeah.
Right. I think that Sony's biggest fear is that they were going to lose COD completely, but Microsoft always stated that they were going to allow the games to still be on PlayStation.
Yes.
But what the kicker is for PlayStation is got the new Call of Duty, £70, thank you very much, and all the Xbox Game Pass people going, got the Call of Duty, cost me nothing. Exactly. And that's why Sony are mad, right? Not because they thought they were going to... But they've done the deal with Nintendo as well, which, again, months ago, they said they were going to do that.
Yeah.
You're going to get all the back catalogue games onto the Switch. Whenever the next new Nintendo console comes out, we're probably going to get a lot of new stuff as well, whenever that may be. But I think the biggest thing about this is, right, it means that those absolute in charge of Blizzard Activision have done all that horrible stuff to their employees, and the female employees can be booted out, and we get rid of Bobby Kotick because he's the piece of shit on earth. Right? And he's gone. He might have got a multi-million-pound payoff. I don't care. Get rid of him. At least get a gaming company that cares and is going to look and oversee, and we don't get people that have been run into the ground or treated like shit. So for that alone, I don't care about other gaming forms. They take over Activision Blizzard and make sure they look after their staff and do the thing, then it's got to be a win. And that's 100%. It for me. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's why we've affectionately called Bobby Kotick now on this show Bobby Scrottick.
Exactly. We can't stand him. No, you can. Yep. No, we slag him off
hate
constantly.
Yeah. That's why I said I call him Bobby Scrottick.
Yeah. I think we named one of our episodes.
He's just like the lowest form of life on the planet.
He's disgusting. He is lower than low. I just we talk a lot about the big movers and shakers, and I love Father Phil Spencer from Xbox, but Bobby Kotick can just drop off the face.
Drop off a cliff.
Do you
know what the funny thing is? I'm not a massive COD fan.
Right, not either, but still.
I don't play Overwatch. Half of Blizzard Activision games I don't play anyway. I don't actually really care. As a gamer, being selfish, I don't actually care about any of the games that are coming over to Xbox, right?
I agree with you, 100%.
But in terms of them actually doing something and getting rid of that scum, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of the very few gaming companies that once I've heard all the news, I actually went, I'm never buying one of their games again, stuck to it. And I couldn't care less anymore. But, I'm glad really in that sense that obviously Kotick and all those horrible people will be gone as of the merger. So, but let's wrap this up. So obviously, streamer, Twitter and all that. Feel free to plug your stuff, whilst we end.
Okay, so if you want to check me out on Twitch, I am Middle-Aged Gamer Guy UK on Twitch. I am on Monday nights to Friday or Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. to midnight, always the same. Check out my schedule, which will go live at the start of every Monday. You'll see everything we play.
That's excellent.
Please do come and support Tuesday Night Gaming Chat. It is our flagship. If you want to see all the latest gaming news and reviews, that's something I'm very, very proud of. And if you want to come along to our amazing gaming convention, we'd love to see you there and come and have a bit of fun, make some new friends and play some amazing retro and new games. Go check out www.timelessgaming.co.uk. There you go.
That is awesome.
Yeah, all the links will be in the show notes as when this goes on and in the Twitch VOD as well. So please go and check it out. So anyone who makes it up, please tag them as well on Twitter so that you make it known that you're there, and we'll send you.
Put this out on all my socials over the next. I know it's live and good to go. I'll
excellent.
Do that.
We'll
I'll share
Brilliant.
the hell out of this.
Yay!
Excellent. Thank you very much for coming on. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, it's been an amazing chat. We'd love to have you back at some point after the event's wrapped down and get your post-mortem on it.
Yeah.
Do it, yeah.
Because I'm totally like... Exactly. I'm just gonna pick every morsel of your brain. But now, if you're listening to us, you can check us out over on Twitch right now, even, or on YouTube. But we hang out on twitch.tv/rapidreviews.com. Wait, no, I said that too fast. Twitch.tv
Wow, it's been a while.
Maybe I had a little bit too much to wine. You don't know. But the point is that we're going to wrap this up, but we will be staying a little bit extra, 3 minutes extra. We love to talk to our chat.
We've had a lot of chat, so we'll be going through those in the post show. So
yeah, today we've got Mag's community in there, and they are amazing. I love them already. I've been following y'all, and y'all are like so cool.
We've seen a couple of you guys follow as well, so much appreciated as well. We really do. Thank you very much.
You guys are so cool.
Kylie, have you got anything that you want to plug at the moment, or are you still off the socials?
I'm still off the socials. I'm just chilling on my Minecraft server.
I'm off socials as well, but you can find me in Discord, Rapid Reviews, Modern Escapism Discord, any place like that. But also follow the Rapid Reviews Radio Twitter, because I do man that, and I probably should do more with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm on a bunch of different podcasts. But
Never Watchers. Please check out Never Watchers.
Exactly. I was waiting for you to plug that. But I think that's going to do it for our podcast portion. Again, please come check us out at twitch.tv/rapreviews. Haha, I did it right. And oh my gosh, we got another follow. Thank you, Man Attack. Man 1. Manic Attack. Oh, no, see, Pete's so much better at that than I am. I am not good.
I grew up old school. I know elite.
I'm not elite. I'm
gonna say I got Manic's name wrong the first time, so I don't worry about it. I was like, Man 1, and he's like, let me spell this out for you, man. So I was like, okay, and then I'll never get it wrong. Bless him.
One of my because our own Twitch chat, they have follow along with their bingo cards. So one of my other Twitch streamers that I follow, I am Krusty. Check your bingo cards right now. He says he gets his viewers' names wrong on purpose so that they get angry enough to keep following.
Really?
That's really funny, actually.
No one will watch me. I got everyone's names wrong. I mean, I do get everyone's names wrong, but you know. There you go.
To be fair, his whole thing is being contrarian. That's the word. Yeah, he's one of those kind. But I think that's going to do it for us. This has been so freaking enjoyable. I almost said the F word. I could have said it.
Could have done, but you would have gave me more editing work.
No, okay, no, don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't.
Thank you.
See, Pete uses honks from Untitled Goose Game. So.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Honk in chat as well. People just have a random honk.
Yeah.
Honk away in chat.
I love it. But again, we thank Mags for joining us. We hope that he will join us again in the future. We'll totally blackmail him here on screen, live on air. But that's gonna.
Oh God.
That's going to do it for this episode. Again, we're going to hang out over in Twitch. So really, I'm pushing that because you need to come chill with us. Join our community. Maybe join Mac's community because they're also very cool.
Greatly appreciated also. Thank you.
Definitely earned yourself a follow for the Tuesday shows. I'll be checking those out for sure.
Faux show, as we say in Texas. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. So we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thus ends the podcast portion and begins the Twitch portion. Did I do that too fast, Pete?
No, that was fine.
Okay.
That was fine.
I've had so much wine, my time dilation is off.
Well, I did say we're hoping for a tight 90 minutes, and we got 92.
Yeah,
So you know.
Oh, that's pretty good.
No, that was just saying between me and Kylie. I was
Our
like,
chat.
Because I've got to go back to work tomorrow after 10 days off. So
I need to. Oh gosh, Pete, I didn't realize you had that much time off. Our chat is so beautiful right now. I just want to say it has never been that decorated. You guys are amazing.
They're a good lot.
Yeah.
They really are.
Emos.
yeah.
I
Yeah, so
love
let me
that.
So let me
more.
run through a few of these that we haven't mentioned on the show. So Dan Game Tank TV said, very first time I met Mag, we were talking for a couple of minutes. Felt like I'd known him for years.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Guild 551, Mag is a sound fella. I'm glad to now be part of his community on Discord.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
mate.
good.
Yeah.
Are you, my friend?
Yeah, Dan Game Tank also said, oh yeah, 100%. Definitely found my community. It has been a positive impact on me too.
I love to hear
I
that.
think
Oh, look
you
at
definitely
it.
need a
So
name
pretty.
for your community.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
I think the name the Maggies came up at
Maggie's
one point.
I saw that. Maggie.
Yeah,
That could be a thing. We can make that happen.
I mean the Mag Lights as well.
I didn't know if
Yeah.
y'all had mag
got
lights
ramen
over here.
torches.
Yeah, that's what we see. We have those back in America, so I didn't know if they had them here. So I was like, mag lights.
People won't clap or cheer. You just wave your torches up in the air. That'd be it. That'd be a
There you
thing.
go.
Yeah,
Thank you,
right.
Manic. Manic, I like that. I came
Aw.
up with it. You're welcome. Thank you, Manic.
Perfect. 2
Aw,
seconds.
look at that. That's
Sorry.
beautiful. I love all
So I
those
just had to change my
emotes.
input device.
I like the fact
close
that Dan
my
put a honk in
editing
as well.
stuff. So I can't hear you now. Hang on.
Oh,
Whoops.
Pete, did you lose
2
us?
secs.
I think Pete might have lost us for a
Oh
second.
no.
But yeah,
Oh,
chat.
I
you're
lost you for a
beautiful.
sec. Yeah, I just changed it back. It's
There you
fine. It's
go.
fine. It's fine. Right. Okay. So used to be sure. So Brent, who's one of our chat
That's our
chats.
chat,
let's
chat,
say.
our mod. Yeah.
So he said, I agree. I don't have a favourite con as they're all unique. From a tiny
They
con for
can
a few
be,
hundred
that's
people
true.
to mega con with over 100k in one location, and even Dragon Con, which takes place across 5
Oh.
hotels and a convention centre.
Dragon Con, holy crap. I
Yeah, so,
really did not know, though. I have to say, Mags, I did not know that you guys were NerdCon. I didn't know that.
And it still amazes me to this day that people come up and said, "Oh yeah, we wish we'd gone to that," and known about it. And I'm like, how did you hear about it? Because it was only a.
No, I
Look,
I
even
had
I had
friends
heard
that
of it
went.
as well.
Mhm, mhm.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
because trust
Yes.
me, the word spread, and I
It
knew
did.
people who were obviously up north who were really interested in going. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, please do spread the word, because the one thing we have found is that a lot of the people that went, we even had this week. Someone came into my stream and went, "So you are running it again then?" Because we didn't think you were running it, but because we had to change the name. That was the
Yeah.
deal. We had
Of course,
to change
yeah.
the name.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. It's funny that people didn't realise that we're the same thing, but I understand that. But
Yeah.
so nice to still hear. This is how I met Dan. It was like 6 months on, and we were at a completely different convention, and someone brings up NerdCon, and Dan walks past and goes, "I went to that."
Yeah. I have friends that went to that. That's why it blows my mind. Okay, so it's like, oh wow. So I already know that you're getting. God, it sounds like I'm selling it, but you're getting a high quality product when you go to Timeless. But I mean it for real.
Right, so next up, Guildfly said, "Yeah, I've never really been to a gaming event as I'm really quiet in loud environments because I can't hear well, but I gotta go anyway. Want to meet some friends I've made this year."
See,
Awesome. Bless you,
amazing.
Guildfly.
this is something I talk about a lot. Being autistic, and yes, I realize that for autistics I'm extroverted. For normal people, I'm introverted, and you can get overstimulated, and you can have hearing process things, which is kind of my thing. I have to I might stare at you for 5 seconds too long, but it's because I'm trying to process what you said. So I understand that can be an issue, and
It can be, yeah.
sometimes you know what, I'm very honest. Insomnia, which the last Insomnia I went to was either
2019. We covered an episode on it very early in the podcast
really?
live, actually.
Yeah, because they had to had to stop it.
Yeah.
They had one last year, but my experience was so negative, I didn't go back.
Okay,
But
yeah.
we did a
I-
whole thing about it. But
I've heard different things about insomnia. It's another reason
Well-
why I've never really gone.
Yeah,
So-
fair.
I will say what I feel is that the insomnia here in in Ireland, I would say it's different
Okay.
than the one in the mainland. It is so esports focused.
Yeah, because the insomnia over here is in Birmingham, isn't it?
It is at the
think
NEC,
so,
Yes.
yeah. And it has
Yeah.
been for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
It's
I
a
love the
great
NEC
event.
as an arena, as an event,
Mhm.
like an area. It's
I've heard
so
it's-
cool because I went to
yeah.
EGX there a few years ago when it was
Yeah, I'm
held.
gutted they moved EGX. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people criticised EGX when it moved. I love Excel as well, but a lot of people don't
Yeah.
like Excel.
Yes, Excel. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind the XL, but I felt the NEC was a little bit
I
nicer
think the NEC
actually.
was better because it's easy for people to get to, and the biggest problem is you then
Yeah.
on Excel, so you've got London pricing, London things.
Yeah.
But I get why they did it, but then it means that people who want Insomnia can go to Insomnia twice a year. People are,
True.
There you go.
the thing with the EGX thing is, and this is again, I'll touch it. So obviously, WASD is run by people that used to run Resd, that was owned by EGX.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Pete
It's,
knows
it's
them.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got to know Tom Champion because
Yeah.
he done EGX in Birmingham. He gave me my start, and I did a
Yeah.
talk at the NEC when it was there. It was
Yeah.
immense.
I used to prefer Resd over the main EGX because it was
Yes.
all the independent gaming, and it was
Oh,
a
the
tobacco dock.
Tobacco
Loved
Dock
it.
is so cool. I love that
But-
venue.
But now they've turned it mainly into more offices than exhibition space, unfortunately.
Yeah, such a
Bigger
shame.
bills.
That's
I get it.
disappointing.
So that's why they've gone to Truman Brewery. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've done with that. But then they moved it to Excel in 2019. I thought EGX 2019 at Excel was perfectly decent.
It was good actually. Yeah, I was there too.
I was gonna say Pete was there.
The last two I'm going to stand up for. They've come under massive criticism the last 2 years.
Right.
But the first thing was they were the first gaming convention to happen
Mhm.
after the COVID. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
2021.
It was massively spaced out. There wasn't a lot there.
I remember
I
those
walked-
pictures. Yes.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
with a
Right, but the thing is, this is the thing. I walked in and there was a lad and his dad walking out going, been here 10 minutes, it's rubbish, we're going home. Rubbish. Storming out. And I was like, I was there for 4 days and I didn't get bored.
Yeah.
If I could
3
make 4
days. Yeah.
On an event that is only 20% of what it should have been.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't blame them because of what they had to do. Everything
Nope.
was socially distanced. So as far as then it kind of came back last year and was a better event, but it's still not what it used to be.
Yeah.
My only criticism with it now, and if EGX never give me another press pass after me saying that, so be it. But they stupidly announced that they were no longer doing Resd because obviously then
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So Resd is now part of, and always has been part of EGX anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
The front portion when you walk in, but Resd always had its own event.
Yes,
which
it did.
I thought was a better event.
Yeah, it was always more focused on
Yeah.
the indie side of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they announced at the end of last year, and I thought, because always what happens was you get to the end of Resd, and they'd announce EGX. And then when you get to the end of EGX, they
Yeah.
announce the next Resd. So
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause-
so
Yeah,
we
it
got-
was even to the point where you had that banner at the top at the end of EGX. It was like, meet us at Res, and it'll give you the date. It was brilliant.
Yeah. So we get to the end of the 2021 one, and they go, we're going to do EGX Birmingham. And we're going to do an EGX London in an EGX Birmingham spring.
So no
They said that
rest.
Birmingham will only be 3 days, but it
Yeah.
will still have a lot of AAA stuff, but there's more of a focus on indie. So I was like, so it's more 50% Res. 50%. And it means that all the games were coming out in the summer would be at that one, and all the games that were coming out at Christmas would be in the London.
Which made more sense.
Yeah. And then we got our tickets and we went along, and there's a number of people from the community, and we arranged a big meet up, and they pulled it with 4 weeks' notice. And then they said, don't worry, it will be back in 2023, March of 2023.
And I
We
haven't.
went to EGX in London in October, and when you left, the banner said EGX will be back in London 2022, I should have said, when you left
Yeah.
2022. EGX will be back London 2023, October, and they have not commented on Birmingham at all, swept it under the rug, and not said a thing. And every time you go on their social media, it's people slagging them off, going, why haven't you got the guts to say what happened to Birmingham?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why are you never
Yeah.
doing Birmingham again?
Yeah.
It was hugely disappointing actually, because I would have loved to have seen that, you know. And I completely agree with you. The 2021 event, I thought it was really well done considering
was.
what they had to go through. I
Oh,
mean,
right.
that
Yeah.
Fall Guys Travelator, I went on that far too
Oh
many
my
times.
god! I knew doing that.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to throw up. I think I got
Yeah, me too.
6 or 7 times, and the guy was like, "You're right." I go, "I just need a rest." I thought I was going to have heart.
Yeah, I got.
15 minutes to recover.
It was great. I made so many good memories that time because
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
the first
gosh.
time I'd met up with a bunch of people that I'd met online during
Yes.
COVID times, and we all got together. It was fantastic. It was so
Great.
much fun. So much
That's
fun.
so
I
cool.
can't knock it, and the people
Yeah.
that did knock it, I'm going to say, what did you expect for the first gaming event back when COVID
Exactly.
was still
That,
going on?
Yeah.
What did you expect? Did you think everyone
Exactly.
was going to turn up and everything was going to be fine? I'm like, they stated what it was going to
Yes.
be.
Yes.
And that annoys me that they're still getting stick for that.
Yeah.
yeah,
and-
we did an episode on it, and that is exactly what we said. Like the
Yeah.
whole time
Yeah,
through,
'cause-
we were just like, this is as good as what they could make it. You know, it was still good. It was still a great event, and they had a good focus on indies as well.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was,
Because Twitter was like slagging them off and stuff, and there was photos coming out.
Yeah.
And then, but you know, as Pete said that time, and what I strongly believe, and what you've just said to echo exactly that is, this is the first one after COVID. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't even want them to host it.
Yeah,
You know, so it's like,
There was nothing else going on in 2021.
no.
That was the only gaming
Nope.
event
Mhm.
happened in the UK.
yep,
Mm.
100%.
Yeah.
Pete,
Yeah.
our chat looks beautiful, by the way.
I know. It looks
See that?
fantastic. I'm trying to
I love
scroll
that
through
so
to find a really
much.
good spot to sort of bring stuff up.
We need
There's so
pretty
much here.
things like that.
Yeah, so we seen a lot of obviously talking about Maggie's, you know, and all that. You've now got
Yeah.
your name for your community, even
know,
better.
yeah,
You
well,
know, we've you know you great people have helped you announce that, so it's even better. We've got a few people who like Dan who said Sega Kid, huge love for the 360.
Yes.
Good to extend to. So Nana's put, by the way, that got to extend to October 10th. I can't remember.
Oh, that'd be
I think
two with
I
the,
have
Microsoft,
one arcade here as well. Oh
Yeah.
right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I actually think that did come up in the show. I think that's quite close to me. So I think we were talking about the same arcade actually, me and Nana.
Oh.
So yeah, we've got a bunch of people in here like Manic saying thanks, great to meet you all and all that. So yeah, much love to the community.
Mutual.
Yeah.
They've honestly come through like really well today for you.
Yeah. Bless
It's
you.
great.
It's
Yeah,
like,
Maggie's.
can I say
yeah.
to the guys, sorry, wait, there was
Course.
a bit of miscommunication that I thought this was being pre-recorded, which technically it has because it's going out later, but
It is.
Yeah.
It
we're
is.
doing it live
Yeah.
on Twitch. So sorry to my lot that have to.
No.
Thank you for turning up, appreciate it. But we'll
No,
really
no,
post this to all my community that haven't seen it because
Of
they weren't
course.
expecting me to be.
No, and
Oh,
to be honest, a lot of it was miscommunication on my part because I
Don't
forgot
worry,
to
Pete.
mention it to you. So
Hey, you don't look. It happened, so it's all
Yeah.
good. Pete, so you do not have to apologise.
perfect. Yeah, you didn't have to apologise.
Oh,
either.
yeah, you were a
That's
little
fine.
blurry there. But
But
now we know for next time. There you go.
sure,
Haha.
yeah, Nana put, that was a great episode. Good luck to you. Good luck to you with the con and everything
Thank you
else,
so much.
Max. So
Yeah,
brilliant.
absolutely.
Dan put absolutely love it. We've got a bunch of absolute your custom emojis in here, which
They're
is
so
even better. So
pretty.
they're so awesome. Manix put, I came up with it, so you're welcome.
That was the Maggies.
The Maggies is perfect for us.
Yeah.
I like that.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
Gilfy
yeah.
put, yeah, that's me. I lip read, but it can
Yeah.
be hard to do when I've never met the person.
Exactly.
That's understandable.
Oh gosh, yeah. Or
Uh,
if there's an accent, I have to just. I'm like, yeah. Don't worry, I'm staring at you, but it's just I'm processing.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
a
one of
serial killer. I promise.
No, it's one of those things as well. Like I go to events and like it looks like I've got the 1,000-yard stare, but it's just, I don't do eye contact.
No.
So, yeah.
I have learned you stare right here, and people
Yeah.
think you're looking in their eyes. I'm not really looking at your eyes.
And one last comment from Dan. Dan is, but I haven't been since it moved back, but I would like to go again, which is understandable.
It's always October, mate. We're going to be,
That's
ironically, we're going to be plugging
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, I am hoping that obviously to get a ticket for WSD. So
Yeah.
obviously, if
Let
I am
me know
there
when
and
you-
in EGX, I'll come and give you a shout. You know,
yeah,
we'll come
with
say
me,
hello.
mate. That'd be
Yeah.
brilliant, mate. Be good to see you again.
Yeah, perfect. And I think that's it. That's the comments.
Well, I was gonna say, do you know? Just guess. This is for chat and for our guest Mags. Take a wild guess. Insomnia 2019, here in Ireland, Dublin. I was in Dublin. I'm in Belfast, but I went down to Dublin. What do you think the only AAA game they had there? What do you think? 2019, what AAA game did they have on display to play? It was playable. I will give you.
I'm guessing it might have been Call of Duty.
Oh, you're kind of close in a way. Roundabout.
Yeah.
It was 18 plus. No one could play it if they're, and it was in a tent.
Okay.
That would be Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Oh god, that bad one with John Bernthal. Oh dear.
Which
Ghost Recon?
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint, wasn't it?
Breakpoint, yes.
Yeah. See, I loved Ghost Recon Wildlands. Brilliant game. But I never played Breakpoint because it was broken from the moment.
I used
it was
to love
broken
the Ghost
there.
Recon series back in the day.
Oh no, it was broken at Insomnia. People were leaving.
I've forgotten about that game. That's how bad it. There you go.
Yeah, it's down in it. It's one of those games that's going to be forgotten to time, unfortunately.
Oh, I'll
Or
never forget it.
fortunately,
It's
depending.
in my photos and my videos.
And that was the only AAA game they had.
That
Wow.
was the only AAA. So that tells you the caliber of what we have over here. So
Right, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's our comments. So, yeah, amazing, everyone.
I
Thank you
will
very
wrap
much.
this up because poor Pete has to go to work. I have to go to work too, but you know, it's different.
I mean, you're your own boss. You can
I
roll
am
out
my
of bed
own boss.
anytime you like. So, you know.
Yeah. I only have like 1 million people waiting on me for a deadline this week. So, you know, it's nothing. No big deal. No biggie. But we do thank you so much. First of all, we thank Mag's community for showing up. And also, their custom icons are so pretty. And I love them.
Who made those? I need to co-op
our-
them into making ours.
Our chat has never been that colorful. And I love it so much.
Thank you, Dan. Much appreciated.
We appreciate it. We, for just a quick little info, we do a lot of, basically, I guess, what Max does on Tuesdays, what we do on Sundays.
Yeah, it's mostly just a chat show. We just chat away about whatever we feel like talking about. We do interviews as well with people or cover news mostly as well.
We do. We cover current news. We do dev interviews, that sorts of thing. I think that's mostly our interviews are devs.
Devs and some devs and a couple of musicians or people who've done game soundtracks.
Oh yeah. So you know, you can go through our archives. We have Daniel Lindholm who did Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 5.
5.
Did the music for Street Fighter 5 and a few
all
other
that
games as well. He's been involved with Capcom a little bit over the years.
Yeah, so no surprises with us. Just your gaming news.
Yeah. Also go and check out the interview we did with Paul Hellman.
Yes.
Who made Horus. Horus is an amazing game, by the way.
Yeah, and he's so nice. He's a very just another humble guy. You know.
Yeah.
He's been in development. He's been in game dev for I hate to say this, before Pete and I were born, but
yeah, I know. He was talking about games that he was developing on systems that were made before I'd even been born.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's amazing. That's a wealth of knowledge.
I'm not gonna complain when he talks about Manic Miner that way. And I'm
there you go.
Oh, hell yeah, that game's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're into retro gaming, there you go. But we thank so much, Mags, for being here. We do hope to have him on again in the future. And for letting us pick his brain. I've said that 5,000 times, but I just like the phrase pick his brain because it sounds kind of creepy. Also, okay, sorry, I'm well known for going on tangents. Also, I'm watching Hannibal again, the TV show, and so pick your brain, that has a totally different meaning for me right now.
Yes, it does.
What was that, the fourth, fifth, sixth time you've watched that now?
Fourth time. I'm on my fourth rewatch.
We're waiting for a fourth season. We're just hoping it's going to happen.
See, they keep saying it might happen. What has it been, 5 years? But it might.
It's possible.
It could. It's really
Nice.
good, Pete. You need to rewatch it.
No, I need to go back and watch it again because I fell off.
Yes. And again, our chat has never looked as beautiful with our flower crowns of icons. But thanks so much to everyone for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and we hope to see you next week. And that's what we'll do. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See you later, everyone. Thank you again.